PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change-anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Throughout the course of a season, there's certain games that you just look a little bit more forward to, that have a little more hype to them. Rivalry matchups, Minot High, Bismarck High, Century, Bismarck High. These days, it's maybe Minot and Legacy if you're a Magician fan. Botno and Minot, you know what I'm talking about. There's those special rivalry nights, and there's also those special nights in the course of a season when the name rematch is put on top of it. It's what we have here. Minot High and Century in a rematch from a prior meeting this year where the Patriots handed the Magicians their only loss in conference play by a score of 7-6. Tonight we're on the Magicians' ice, and the Magi look to see if they can move up into the top spot and share some of that first place share with the Legacy Sabres. Century looks to do the same thing, because guess what? Both these teams sit number 2 in the WDA. That means we're in store for what could be a real barn burner tonight. Welcome into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show for one that we're looking forward to. It's the Century Patriots at 6-4, taking on the Magi, coming in at 8-2 in the 23-24 campaign. Happy New Year. We're officially into the new season now, in the new calendar year. Looking forward to what should be a great run to the WDA tournament and all the way to the state tournament. I'm Nick Hulberg. Tonight we'll be joined by Mr. Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High standout, on the call on the PSP Network. Valvoline Instant Oil Change has locations in Minot and Bismarck, 5 of them to be exact. Stop into Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They've got a 15-minute drive-through oil change where you can't go wrong at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Find out more information online, VIOC.com. Well, both these teams come off a holiday tournament play where they both had success. Minot High comes back to their home and back to their home ice after a trip to Roseau, Minnesota to take on some teams from Minnesota. Not an easy thing to do if you're a North Dakota hockey team to go play schools from out east. Minot High fared pretty well, however. They had a win against Minneapolis 6-2. They took down Spring Lake Park 4-3 in overtime. Then they ran into the Roseau Rams, and Roseau continues their dominance over Minot High School and boys high school hockey. They won 7-1. On the other side, the Century Patriots, they were at the holiday shootout in the Winter Classic over in West Fargo at the Lights in that beautiful event center. They took on River Falls, where they got a win in overtime 3-2. They also took on International Falls, Minnesota, where they got a win 7-0. So both these teams coming into the showdown here tonight, riding a bit of a hot wave coming in, even though Minot dropped that last matchup to Roseau 7-1. In the big scheme of things, a couple big wins out there make it a pretty big turn of momentum for the Magi coming in to the WDA play. Let's take a look at the standings inside of North Dakota WDA Hockey and coming into the showdown here tonight. Why is it a big matchup? Well, the standings look like this, and they'll paint that picture. Legacy at number 1 inside of the WDA. They're a 6-1 hockey team. Minot handed them their biggest defeat of the season. The Magi had a win by a score of 8-2 when they played Legacy. It's the Sabres that have really turned a page since then. They're cruising at the top of the list, sitting at 7-3 overall with 18 points. It's 3 points for a win, by the way. So the Magi and Patriots are all looking to get to the top of the list here tonight if they can find a win in regulation. Minot High at 5-1 overall. Century's at 4-1 overall. Those are conference numbers. The Magi at 7-2-1. Well, that one on the back of the 2 represents an overtime victory. The Magi 8-2 coming in, 6-4 for Century. Dickinson's at number 4 in the conference. They're tied with Jamestown. Right behind them, Williston and Hazen-Beulah. Not far behind is Mandan. Then you've got Bismarck at number 9 and Bottineau rounding out the 10-team field at number 10. Other games tonight inside of the WDA. Dickinson's at Bismarck. Williston's at Bottineau Rugby, and Jamestown is at Legacy. There's some big matchups inside of North Dakota high school hockey tonight. Couldn't be more thrilled to bring this one to you on the PSP Network. When we come back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show, we're going to take a look at some of the top producers in our state of North Dakota. Who are the kids that are leading the charge as far as point production in our great state? We'll look at that when we return. We'll also dive further into this matchup with the numbers and what to expect in this showdown. And we also caught up with both coaches before tonight's game, Troy Olson and Jordan Willards. We'll discuss that when we come back as well. The Patriots to the Magi on a special night tonight. The Magi play for a cause and muscular dystrophy here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Wondering whether you need wealth management? Wealth management is a multifaceted offering that should provide opportunities for growth and security. At BNC National Bank, we pride ourselves on putting your priorities first and providing practical, objective financial advice. Our team can help you assess your goals and take stock of your assets to determine whether wealth management is right for you. Speak to a member of our team today to learn more.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
When it comes to your car, you need someone you can trust. Someone who cares about your safety, your budget, and your peace of mind. At Trusted Tire and Auto, trust is more than just a word. It's at the heart of everything we do. We're a local business, owned and operated by people who live and work in this community. And we believe that by building relationships based on trust and care, we can make our community a better place to live and drive. Trusted Tire and Auto, where trust, care, and community meet on the road.
Happy New Year. Welcome into WDA play in the 2024 calendar year. Nick Hulberg, joined tonight by Mr. Matt Morelli on the call in just a few moments. It's our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change with locations in Minot and Bismarck. I can attest to it. It's a 15-minute drive-through oil change that saves you plenty of time. Talk about convenience. You just sit right in your vehicle, drive right on through at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Find out more at VIOC.com. Valvoline Instant Oil Change brings you tonight's pregame show. The 8-2 Magi, 6-4 Century Patriots. Special night tonight for the Magicians as they play for a cause. Brady Sampson night tonight here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Brady Sampson, long time Minot High super fan, if you will, the son of Mr. Gary Sampson, the former head coach of the Minot High Magicians. Passed away, unfortunately, years back for muscular dystrophy. We remember him here tonight. We play for a cause, raising awareness for that disease here tonight. Talk to Jordan Willert in our pregame show. We'll have that interview for you coming up in just a few minutes. He and Brady Sampson were best of friends. Let me tell you, a little emotional in the pregame here tonight. Could be an emotional game, nevertheless, when Century and Minot High get together. This is matchup number 123 all time. Minot High holds the count at 72 wins, 44 losses, and 5 ties. Most recently, Century had a win on their home ice against Minot High School by a score of 7-6. That was earlier on this year. Minot looks for some sweet redemption. Can they get it tonight? That's the question mark here at the Pepsi Rink. Time to take a look at the state's top producers. While the Magi have a young man that has entered that state scoring list. This list brought to you by North Dakota High School Hockey.com. Big thank you, as always, to our good friend, Mr. Bob Gillen, for continuing to do what he does, and that's promoting high school athletes to this game of hockey that we all love so much. His time at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com is greatly appreciated. Drew Beasley from Legacy, still the top point getter in our state with 24. Ray Wallen from Fargo North is up on that list with 23, sitting number 2. Then you've got Aiden Stern from West Fargo and Bryce Banner, and a pair of Packers that have 20-plus points. Owen Branson, the line mate of Wallen from Fargo North's got 20 as well. Grant Gardner from Red River, that kid's the real deal. He's got 20 points on the season. Mackley Morelli from Minot High, not far behind. 19 points for Mac coming into tonight's showdown. Brooks Simons from Botno Rugby's got 18. Spiewak from Davies has 18. So does James Larson from Grafton Park River. There's your state's top producers coming into the showdown here this evening. Back to this matchup. Let's take a look at the numbers heading into this big-time rivalry matchup, big-time WDA showdown. It's a battle for first place inside of the conference. Century at 4-1, Minot at 5-1 inside of WDA play. Overall, 6-4 for the Pats, 8-2 for the Magi, 7-2-1 to be exact. Both teams sit number 2 in the West region. Minot scored 47 goals in 10 games. Century scored 43. Patriots have given up 33. The Magi have given up 29. You're looking at two teams that can bury the puck and get up and down the ice surface. Power plays, penalty kills, specialty teams, always a factor. The Magi have taken 49 penalties on the season. They've drawn 41. Century's taken 32. They've drawn 29. My X factors tonight, the defensive zone for Century. That's been their Achilles heel on the year. If they can have that tightened up here tonight, they're going to have a good shot of taking 2 from the Magi in the regular season. On the other side, for Minot High School, the depth of the Magicians really is a part of their storyline on the season. The Magi coming into tonight's showdown have 10 players with 2 or more goals and 10 guys that have 5 points or more on the season. Century's not far behind on that. However, quite a bit of numbers there for the Magi and what they put up offensively. These numbers brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Ryan Family Dealerships with locations in Minot and Williston. DriveRyan.com. Browse our massive inventory online at DriveRyan.com. More than 50 years of experience in Western North Dakota. When we come back, we'll talk to Troy Olson, the head man of the Century Patriots. We'll also talk to Jordan Willert. Then we'll bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli. We'll have the rest to the conclusion of our pregame show, brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Minot High plays for a cause tonight. Looking for 3 big points in the WDA. Also playing for MDA here tonight. Should be a good one on the PSP Network. Thanks for joining us. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk to the bench bosses when we come back to the Magic City.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We're now joined by the bench boss of the Century Patriots. Year number 19 for Mr. Troy Olson. Ole, great to see you. Happy holidays. How are things for you, my friend?
I'm doing great. Thanks, Nick. Always great to see you, too, and appreciate all the coverage you guys are giving us.
Yeah, absolutely happy to do it. You guys had some coverage just this last week over at the Outdoor Holiday Classic. What an experience and a couple nice wins for you guys over there.
Yeah, it was a great trip. Honestly, got some time away, get the guys in the hotel, get them to hang out a little bit, and played outside, which is always fun. You know, they do a nice job down there, so we're happy to be part of it.
When you talk to younger generations and you explain how you used to play outside, that's how it was, they don't even believe you.
Oh, the funny thing is, I was talking about this the other day. I'm like, you guys might get to play outside, but you've never back-checked into the wind.
Yeah, 1,000%. Well, tonight you're going to have to do a little back-checking against a Magi team that comes in tied with you for second place. Overall, where your hockey club is now after the break, are you happy with where you're standing and how you're operating at this point?
Well, you know, Coach is never going to say he's happy, right, Nick? But the progress is going the right way. You know, we were averaging 6 goals a game there for first few games, which is a nightmare. But it was good to see our guys start to buy into our defensive system a little bit and playing a little better in our own end.
You have some guys that can bury the puck here, and like you mentioned, scoring at a pretty good clip. Talk about Brubachen for just a moment, along with Dawson Lentz. I mean, these guys are kind of leading the pace. Vig's in there, of course, but got some studs again this year, it seems.
Yeah, up front, those guys have a lot of speed. Dawson's a real good net presence. He's got a good head around the net, and he shows up on time with his stick down, so that's always nice. Bruby and Vig are both fast. They get up ice pretty quick and shoot the puck well.
I ask every coach the same question, and I know what the answer is probably going to be here on this one, but how much stake do you put into tonight? With its number 2 inside the WDA, you want to just head down the path the right direction, I'm sure, but do you put any extra into it, Minot and Century at number 2 in the WDA?
Well, to be honest, I don't have too much with the guys, but, you know, every time the schedule comes out, you circle these dates with Minot, and, you know, they're a good team again, as always, and it's really important in the conference, so it's hard to downplay this as far as, you know, I know it's just after Christmas, but it's a big game. What was it in the last go-around? Obviously, you guys scored in bunches like grapes falling off of a tree. What was it about the success that night for Century? I think we took advantage of a few miscues, you know, and just happened one of those nights the puck was going in, to be honest with you. Is there one key tonight? D-zone and keep it simple. Great to see you as always, Coach. Thanks for your time. Yep. That's Troy Olson, the head coach of the Century Patriots. When we come back, we'll talk to Jordan Willard, the co-head coach of the Magi. It's high school hockey right here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens, that's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Welcome back to our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We're now joined by the Minot High co-head coach, Mr. Jordan Willard. First things first, Happy New Year. Looked like the Christmas holiday was a little longer than planned with some good wins out in Minnesota just a few days back.
Yeah, I mean, you know, out of the 9 periods we played out there, we probably played, I don't know, 6.5, maybe 7, you know, good periods. Probably 4 or 5 of those are probably close to our best periods of the year, which was really, really good against some really good competition. And, yeah, we were able to kind of learn some things about our hockey team and, you know, certain spots. And, you know, now she ramps up, right? Now we get back into WDA, back into North Dakota play, and it's the second half of the season here, and you got to be ready to roll.
I always find that Minnesota trip so intriguing in the sense that you get that speed just elevated so much higher. What does it do? Take us a little bit deeper into that, what that really does for your season right in the heart of it to get some competition like a Roseau, who's one of the top-tier teams in Minnesota each and every year.
Yeah, I mean, I think first and foremost, the biggest thing is it's 3 games in 3 nights, what simulates, you know, the WDA tournament or the state tournament, and yeah, I mean it's a totally different level of hockey there. You know, playing you know, all 3 of those teams, it's you know, in your face. It's, you know, I think the nice thing is you play a lot in the WDA or in the state of North Dakota. You know, that familiarity comes in and you kind of know each other and know what to expect. It's nice to play somebody that doesn't know you and you don't know them, and you're able to kind of, oh, okay, like, yeah, our forecheck does work against this. Oh, okay, yeah, we need to adjust this, we need to adjust that. And so it's just, it's also kind of carefree hockey, carefree coaching hockey. You know, you don't have to get on kids and be yelling at them. Like, there's not 3 WDA points on the line or anything like that. It's just kind of go out and open the door and let kids play in a bunch of different situations and, you know, hopefully get better. And I think we did that.
On to tonight, a very, very special night. Start with this. Describe Brady Sampson and what he meant to you, and who was he to you?
He was my best friend. You know, we spent many hours and days together. Our dads coaching Minot High together out at the rink, and Brady diagnosed with muscular dystrophy and, horrible disease that, messes with the muscles. He was, in the wheelchair, but, he always had a smile on his face. He was always willing to talk to you. He was one of the hardest working kids you'll ever meet, 4.0 student in school. And, that guy would have done anything for anybody. And, I miss him dearly. I talked to him before every game on the bench. I used to talk to him before I played when I was standing on the blue line. And it's hard to describe the feeling that you feel when the feeling that I feel when I do that. It's almost like he's there. And he loved Minot High hockey. I would put him a prospect number one for the biggest Magi fan of all time. Poor guy got to see a lot of disappointment in his life, but that back in 2015 when that team was able to finish it off, a lot of us cried, and there's a reason why a lot of us cried. It was a lot of years, but it was also like Brady's in the back of your mind, and it comes back to you now, full force, and it's just the guy meant a lot and still means a lot. And every year at the end of the year we give the Brady Sampson Award for the love of the game, and that's really what it was for Brady. He would have, I remember when we were little, before the disease overtook him, skating together and stuff like that. He would have done anything to be able to do that, as he got older, but he still had that love for the game and the love for Magi.
Tonight we honor him. Touch on what we're doing here tonight in honor of Brady Sampson and playing for a cause here tonight for Minot High Hockey.
Yeah, so it's kind of been in the works here for a little while, trying to get a cause night. We got special black jerseys that we're wearing. Kids are going to have green tape all over their sticks and stuff like that, because that's the color for MDA or for muscular dystrophy. We did a T-shirt order earlier where we were the last couple months. It was been about a month and a half here, where the proceeds from that are going to go to MDA. We're doing a 50-50 where the proceeds from that are going to go to MDA. We are doing free will donation. Brady's nephews, a couple of them are going to come out and be the honorary captain, skate up to the blue line during starting lineups. And then Gary Mad Dog Sampson himself, the recently inducted Hall of Famer, is going to come out and give some words, and then he's going to drop the puck in Brady's honor. And I just got done talking to the guys a little bit ago. If you're looking for somebody to play for tonight, you play for Brady. You play for Brady's honor. He would have loved to have been able to do what you guys are doing, and you got to go out and give it all for that.
I'll never forget. He was at the same age as me. Us growing up about that same time, and my time at Minot High Hockey, riding the pine for the Magi. I got a lot of time with Brady Sampson, and there was many times where I would always ask him, "What's up with that power play?" And he'd just shake his head and just, "Come on, you just." Don't stir that pot, So tonight we think about him, and what a way to honor him tonight. On to business in this showdown against Century. Two teams in second place right now in the WDA. How much importance do you put on tonight, and is there a key in your mind?
Yeah, I think, this is kind of a game you've almost had circled since we played them down in Bismarck. We obviously were really good, offensively down there, but we weren't very good defensively. Since then, I think our team has grown in that area. Hopefully that translates tonight. I think the key is going to be the neutral zone and getting pucks behind their defensemen. If we can do that and we can get to our game, get to our forecheck, we want to be physical. We talked about it again tonight. We want to be physical. We don't want you guys running around, being crazy, but we want you to be physical. And if we can get to that part of our game, I like our chances.
Best of luck here tonight. Great job with everything you're doing for the cause night here. I know there's someone smiling down big time.
All right, I appreciate it, Nick. Thank you.
Jordan Willert, co-head coach of the Magi. When we come back, we'll get set for our opening draw here and a little bit more of our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Dive further into the numbers of this one. Then we'll get set for the opening draw. It's the Magi and the Patriots, both sitting at number 2 inside the West region. Tonight they collide here on the PSP Network.
That sinking feeling you get when this happens? That's oil change anxiety. The anxiety of being without a car with a billion things to do. The fear of being overcharged. The stress of not knowing where to go or who to trust. But you never get those feelings at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, where you can watch us work right from your car, and we finish up in about 15 minutes.
We changed your oil and did our 18-point safety check.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see, experts you can trust.
Tuesday night, early January, Century Minot in WDA Hockey. Welcome back into our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. We get set and ready for what could be a good one. And a rematch from an earlier contest this year where Century handed Minot High their only loss inside of the WDA 7-6. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli here on the call in our Valvoline Instant Oil Change pregame show. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, locations in Minot and Bismarck. 15 minutes of the drive-through oil change. It's quick, it's convenient. They do a great job at Valvoline Instant Oil Change. They bring you tonight's pregame. We'll bring in my broadcast partner, Mr. Matt Morelli, here on the call. Matt, first things first, are you sticking true to your New Year's resolution already on here in day number 2 of the new year?
Well, I think so. I'm going to try. It's you have a couple resolutions. You gotta grind it out and do it and follow the rules. You can't go astray.
You got to give it a shot at least. Minot High Century here tonight. This is a big matchup. Both teams number 2 inside the West region. What was it about the last game that had Century coming out on top 7-6? Troy Olsen described it as just some miscues that they capitalized on, but really just goes to show that Century's got the talent to do that if you give them those opportunities.
Well, you're right. They've got some scorers. Their top couple lines are loaded with some guys with experience. I think when we were playing down there, it seemed like it was just, you had a feeling it was going to be a high-scoring game when the goals were coming early in the game, and I wasn't too far off. I figured an 8-7 game, and it was 7-6. But it's one of those things where hopefully we've learned a few lessons from earlier in the year about little things, turnovers, plays in your own end. You got to think defensively. If you're going to come out on top, you got teams that can score. Most of the teams can score, but it takes a lot of work to keep the other team off the board, blocking shots, getting in those shooting lanes, doing things. You have to work hard for 51 minutes, and it takes everybody. You can't just think yourself, well, the top line guys can do all the work. You can't think like that. Everybody has to do their part, contribute in every way they can, and it's games are going to be. You start getting we're in the second half of the year, all the games are going to be tough.
It's going to be a wild one down the stretch and a big one. Nevertheless, here at the Pepsi rink this evening, let's take a quick look at our goaltender matchup. Projected starters, these two young men get the call. The Planet Pizza projected goalie matchup looks like this. The Magi have Blaze Ostrom in between the pipes. A senior with a 5-2 record, .369 goals against average, pushing an 84% save percentage. He's got a goose egg on the year. He shut out Jamestown earlier on this season. Hoyt Ubel gets the call tonight for Troy Olsen Century Patriots. He's a senior as well at 3-3 with a 3.22 goals against average and an 88.5 save percentage. These two kids are going to need to shine here against some of the top talent and offensive production in the state here this evening.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see the high scoring like it was in Bismarck. I don't think so. I don't think that's the game Minot wants to try to come out and win, scoring 6-7 goals or more. That's not. You're just going to come out on the short end of those high-scoring games. And you want a tight game. You want those 3-2, 4-3 games, 4-2, where you're in control. Minot's got to stick with the physical play. And Century, you're on the road. Just keep it tight. They want to do what they did last time against Minot and just take advantage. I think they were take advantage of opportunities. They took advantage of some Minot turnovers, and Minot I think there was a lot of long stretch passes that Minot wasn't ready for. And you just have to be. You're playing defense. One guy has always got to be the safety man. And if you don't know that, then you need to go back to some hardcore fundamentals on defense, because it takes a group. But the defenseman, it starts in your own end. You need a hot goalie, and your defense got to play solid.
Time to take a look at tonight's keys to the game. They're presented here this evening by our friends at Northern Plains Heating and Air. Northern Plains Heating and Air, more than 25 years of experience as your factory authorized dealer for AeroSeal. I guarantee you they'll be around for 50. They do it right at Northern Plains Heating and Air. D-zone and transition game for Century. When their D-zone is strong and they can transition it up from their own end of the neutral ice zone, they become deadly because they've got weapons up front with Ronas, Brubachen, Vig and company. They can bury the puck, but they got to get out of their own defensive zone first. That's their key in my mind here tonight. And for the Magi, they just need to play in control. It seems like when Minot High sets the tempo, sets the pace, and sets whether or not they're going to be in control with the physicality of the hockey game, and that dump and chase game, Minot High can be very tough to contend with.
I think Minot's got to get that physical play going. I think in Roseau, we first couple games we did real well. It was stayed out of the penalty box. You got to be smart, not taking dumb penalties. And I think the Roseau game, the game got a little away from them. We got in some penalty trouble. And we couldn't. Our special teams didn't match up well with Roseau, but you've got to come out physical and be in control, like you said. Being composure, controlling your body on body checks and where you're at what part of the ice you're making hits. You get along the boards, you just have to kind of ease up on a guy. You can't go in and thinking you're gonna smash a guy into the wall. Most of the time, it doesn't work. Like you're gonna be end up in the box.
Starting lineups taking place here at the Pepsi Rink at Mason Arena. Minot High in special uniforms tonight. They're in blacks. They play for a cause here tonight. See some green on those sticks here this evening. Playing for muscular dystrophy and Brady Sampson nights. I know you remember Brady. He was such a great young man and such a bright spot to the Minot High hockey program, wasn't he?
Yeah, the Sampsons have been around a long time. Back in the old days, Gary was my coach, and it was just, nobody wants to see anything like that. You get behind, you rally behind people you know and families you like.
We'll send it down to Duffy Novak, PA voice for Minot High Magicians Hockey.
We gather here tonight for a cause that's deeply personal, and that cause is muscular dystrophy. Tonight, the Minot High boys hockey team will skate for victory in more ways than one. Not only on the ice striving for a win, but off the ice, they skate for a bigger purpose than the game. They've chosen to fight against muscular dystrophy, showing incredible heart both on and off the ice. We're not just fighting for a condition, we're fighting for people like Brady Sampson, who bravely battled muscular dystrophy and lives on in our hearts. We fight for Gary Sampson, who coached Minot High hockey and is a longtime Minot High hockey fan and supporter. Muscular dystrophy isn't just a medical term. It's a tough reality that affects real people, families, and communities. It's about more than just lending a hand. It's about supporting research, offering hope, and being there for those facing this uphill battle to strive for a cure. Tonight, we stand together as a unified force, determined to make things better, driven by the shared belief that we can make a difference in the lives of those impacted by muscular dystrophy, and dreaming of a world where the condition is history. We honor the memories of those we've lost and support those still fighting. Let's light up the future for muscular dystrophy fighters alongside the Minot High boys hockey team. Tonight we'll have an honorary puck drop, and longtime head coach Gary Sampson will do the honors. Did somebody bother to take a puck with them? Well, no. Which line is starting tonight, Gary? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're able at this time, please stand and face the flag and honor America as Miss Cambria Hall, a junior at Magic City campus, leads us in the national anthem.
Can you see?
God bless our servicemen and women. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Excellent rendition of our nation's national anthem here tonight. Emotional puck drop as well from the Mad Dog, Mr. Gary Sampson, the Hall of Famer at Minot High School. Longtime Magi hockey head coach. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call tonight as we're set and ready to put a cap on our Valvoline instant oil change pregame show. It's the Magi coming into the showdown at 8-2, taking on the Century Patriots that come into the showdown tonight sitting at 6-4. It should be a good one here this evening. We couldn't be more excited to bring it your way on the PSP network here tonight. Time for our opening draw. It's presented by our good friend Andrew Goodmanson at 701 Realty. Pretty serious tonight from Goody, and as Andrew Goodmanson would say, tonight we play for Brady Sampson. Big smile, you bet, Goody. Yes, we do. 701realty.com, where you can find Andrew Goodmanson and his staff for all your real estate needs. Special night tonight when you get to recognize a young man like Brady Sampson, who's no longer with us, but carried so much pride for high school hockey in our great state.
Well, like I said, you hear some of those guys, you see some of those guys, that doesn't get you a little choked up or something wrong with you.
Minot's in black, special uniforms tonight, Century's in white. We are officially underway from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. Morelli up to center, got it off to Panasuk. Into the offensive territory it comes, and it's picked up now by Ben Leduc. Here's Leduc up off the far wall, shuffled right back in by the Magi. On the dump and chase, they go in after it to the offensive corner. Good crowd on hand tonight for a Tuesday in January at the Pepsi rink. Not sold out by any means. This arena holds 2,700. That's when the fire marshal comes. However, a pretty good crowd for high school hockey here at the Pepsi rink. Pucks away to the near side wing. Morelli's going to try to poke it out of the zone, but it's held in at the near line by Dawson Lentz. Taken down by the Magi, and it's Panasuk that goes to the far wing. Morelli on the rush with it. He's going to dump it down, and the Magi will give chase as they go off for some fresh skaters as well. On the near side wall, puck's taken by Andrew Brubakken. Keep an eye on him tonight. Brubakken wearing number 17. He's got 13 points here in this campaign. Puck away back up at the line, taken here and across. Melander sent it forward, hit traffic, comes underneath the net. Brubakken setting it up now as it's worked back out in front. At the line it comes, taken again by Melander. Shuffled over to Brubakken, he'll send it off the glass and into the offensive zone where a 2-for-1 scrum takes place. The Magi are going to come out with it with Schmeichel, but it's taken here by the Pats on the near wall with Ben Leduc. Now to center ice for the Magi. Rutlick will take it and dump it down. Back behind the net, Hoyt Jubel onto the net to play it. Jubel spun it away to the far side. Scrum continues on the wall on the far side wing. Patriots with possession. They come away now with Melander. This puck's going to roll all the way down past Blaze Ostrom. We will have an icing on the play. That icing is brought to you by Minot State University. More than 96% of recent college grads are either employed or continuing their education at Minot State. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State University. Well, your thoughts early on the pace of play in this showdown?
Oh, not too bad. I think it's just you got to get a couple shifts under your belt, make a couple good plays, like make a hit, get into it early and get physical. That's the name of the game. That's when Minot's at their best, as long as they get out there and be smart.
Puck's down to the corner. Century and Ty Bacchus back behind the net. Magi working to the far point. At the line, it's sent down. That one just wide from Jace Lemon. Tied up on the wall, near side wing. Now the Patriots up to center with it. Went off the official on the far side. Century's going to go off for a change. Minot High waits for him at neutral ice now as it's taken here by Charlie Vig. Charlie Vig's into the offensive zone. This is an all-West region player. Why does that name ring a bell if you're just joining us here tonight? Well, his dad captained North Dakota back to a national title back in the day. Puck's taken here by Rutlick. Back to center ice, and Rutlick will bring it in. Rutlick ran into traffic.
Wait, you mean Holland to me?
Thank you very much.
Yep. Testing you.
It's been a minute since we've had Magi hockey with the new uniforms. It's weird how the brain works. All of a sudden, well, this isn't familiar territory. The Magi in black here tonight. Puck sent all the way down. Minot High will give chase. That's Tegan Strand back behind the net. Morelli's going to handle it here. Backley Morelli, the All-Stater, cycled it back around behind the net. Tied up down and deep. Magi are going to come out with it. Strand scrubbing for it. Puck's freed on the far wall. Dawson Lentz has it. Now Morelli goes across the zone. Back over here to Panasuk. Fired out in front of the net. That one went through traffic and wide. Tied up in deep. 13:32 to play in the opening period. Nobody on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Up to center we go now as it's taken by Brubakken. 28 points for Brubakken a year ago. Here in his junior campaign, he's got 13. Magi carry it. Sent out in front. Back at the line, Brock Manson to hold. Cycled down, this is Strand. On front, Panasuk. At the point, Radke sends it in. First shot on goal. And a test there for Hoyt Jubel. He made the save. And now back at center ice, it's going to be taken and chipped off ahead. Patriots will regroup with real estate back in their own territory. Nylander sends it all the way down. Ostrom forced to play it. Ostrom sends it away near side. Back up to Radke. Lead pass connected. Carter Coleman's in. Coleman fires all. Collision with the netminder. Then some extra after the play.
I think we're going to get a penalty on that.
Coleman hops up, taps Hoyt Jubel and says, hey, you all right? Yep, I am too. They take a Coleman on that call here, Matt?
Yeah, I think so. I think goalie interference. We talk about being, that's a tough break for mine. You have to be in control, know what you're doing. I mean, that could have gone either way. I mean, I know they got to protect those goalies. That's just tough when you get pressure like that. We have to stay out of the box. That's just, there's no other way around it. I think sometimes lately our special teams has been, I don't think we'd want to be, especially on the power play, we've had a tough time. Sure. Well, I don't know why
they took Charlie Vig as well on the play.
Well, mine got a break on that one there, because otherwise we were going to be short.
Off the draw, the glove side of Hoyt Jubel. We stay 5-on-5 here with 12:36 to play in this opening period. Richardson's in the foot race back. He's got to turn the motor on. He's got company. Nice forecheck there from Dawson Lentz. Minot High tried to clear it out of their own end here with Deal. Tied up back in behind, walking out. Oh, there's an opportunity. It was sent just wide. Brubakken was knocking on the doorstep. He's got it again up top. Works it around. Comes out of the zone. Now it's touched here by the Patriots, and it will be a face-off coming in the neutral ice zone on the offsides call.
I think when the Minot defenseman, you've got to do a better job of anticipation. You can't let that guy come out. I mean, if you're in doubt, you just back out. Back out of the zone. Worst case, it's a one-on-one, but don't let that guy get behind you, and you know they're coming hard.
Dumped in from center by the Patriots. That's Hayden Eckert up at the point. Richardson in his skates. It's going to be tied up here. Eric Steele with Devin Blade are the officials for tonight's hockey game. They've got the armbands on. Jake Stack is the linesman. I believe it's Cooper Strand is the other linesman for tonight's hockey game. I'll get clarification for you in just a moment. Magi carry in. This is Finley Bentz with the motor on. He takes it down underneath the net. Now Bentz is going to be pinned up in deep. Comes to Rodacker. Rodacker's tied up in deep here by Ukert. Shuffled off the wall. Holland still scrubbing for it. Ronas to the point, held in. Fired towards the net. That high riser hit traffic from Josh Marsland. Solidifying himself as one of the players on the back end for the Magi that will get some time. Here come the Magi in. This is an odd man rush. Deal's got it. Deal springs it back away, trying to feed Rodacker.
Oh, just keep cutting to the net. Just cut to the net and get a shot on goal.
Lentz will take it down. Lentz out in front. Oh, stalled there by Ostrom.
Great save.
Blaze Ostrom with the save of the game so far as Lentz had the opportunity. Came in, mano. Then Blaze Ostrom shut the door. Well, we talked about that in the pregame show here this evening, that Minot High got snake bitten against this Century Hockey team just about a month ago down in Bismarck. Give them the opportunities, 9 out of 10 times they'll bury. Here's Strand, side of the cage. Puck's taken here by the Patriots. Ty Bacchus, sophomore D-man, moves it up to center. Lemon cycles it back ahead for the Magi. Pushed on in. Here's Morelli with it. Morelli onto his backhand. Tried to feed it back out front. Nobody home for the Magi as it hit traffic. Puck comes away to center ice where it's taken now and shuffled off ahead. Morelli back in. Dump and chase for the Magi. Down to 10-10 to play opening period. Nobody's on the board yet in the 123rd all-time matchup between these two schools. Offensive zone here for the Magi, but it's Ronas that's got possession. Caden Ronas with 11 points. Sent it forward. This one comes all the way down. We will have an icing on the play. And the faceoff coming back in Century territory with 9:49 to play in a scoreless first.
Well, I think we're going to take a penalty. 4-on-4 is what we want, but we've got to do a better job of just not getting into a special teams. We don't want to be in the box all night. Let's be smart. I mean, it's a lot of games.
Puck's around the near side wall where it comes away to Bryson Hansen. He scrums for it here. Free down to Charlie Vig. Up to center ice come the Pats with Ben Leduc. Dump and chase there. Sent in. Ostrom's out of the net to play it. He had to hurry. Got it back away from Vig. Now the Magi reverse it and back on the retrieve is Radke on the near wall. 9:25 to play in the first stanza. Charlie Vig. His brother playing in the North American Hockey League. We'll have an update on him in just a moment. Back on in front. All the opportunity was there. Nobody home for the Patriots as that puck was sent out by Hansen. Now the Magi carry back in. Rutlick was hit by Vig on the far wall. Rutlick's going to get it back behind the net. Rutlick turning it back to the point. Here's Deal. Sends it in. Into the catching mitt it goes. And Hoyt Jubel will make the save. He'll hang on tight to it here with 8:59 to play in the opening period. Taking a look at how Charlie Vig is doing inside of the North American Hockey League. Not too bad for the D-man. 29 games played. He's got himself 10 points, sitting at an even plus-minus with 40 minutes in penalties. Good numbers for the young man playing inside the North American Hockey League this year. Here come the Patriots back into offensive territory. Oh, it's kicked towards the goal. A bit of a blooper, and it's going to end up in the back of the nets.
That's a tough break for Minot. It kind of was bounced up in the air and nobody could find it. I think it went off his shin pads, but I guess that's what you do. You put things towards the net and good things will happen if you're a Century. Minot's just got to not let it bother you, get back to work and get some more shots. We don't have a lot of shots so far. 3 shots isn't going to, we got to get more now. We got to be more aggressive and start hitting a little bit more down the old offensive zone.
Well, that one snuck past Blaze Ostrom. Kind of a fluky one, if you will. Let's listen in. Here's Duffy Doback on the call. Brubakken unassisted. Here come the Patriots. Charlie Vig by himself. Dances, fires. Oh, Ostrom stoned him. 2 primetime stops from Blaze Ostrom early in this hockey game on breakaway chances for the Patriots. That time, one of the state's top producers, and Charlie Vig, was denied. Back the other direction again for the Patriots. They carry off ahead with Ritter. Fires in. Stop from Ostrom. Down to the near corner it comes. Back away with it. Here's Radke. Tries to go up to center. He does. Connects now here with Strand to the 1-on-4. Oh, Jubel had trouble with that one as it caught the glove. And now we go back up to center ice for the Patriots again. They run and gun with it here with Freiling. Freiling takes it down into the corner. Pinned up there by Radke. Ronas on angle. Stop made from Ostrom. Shots are 7-4 Century. They're out of here like a bottle rocket tonight. They've got the upper hand in this West Region affair between the two teams that are tied for second in the WDA coming into the showdown. Puck's back up at center. Dumped back in behind Ostrom. Out of the net to play it. Got it back to Brock Matson. 7-10 ticks down in the first. Minot trailing by a goal thanks to Brubakken, putting home goal number 8 on the season. One of the top getters for the Century Patriots. Puck's away to the near side. Now it's going to go all the way back into Minot High territory where Finley Bentz is on the retrieve. And Bentz will start the motor here on the near side wing. Oh, Bentz is tattooed on the near side. Scrum for it right below us here. Puck's freed. Rodacker moves off forward with it. Got some help from Ben Holland. But it's taken here by the Century Patriots. They've got possession now as Astle moves it away to the far point. Held in. Deal. Sends it towards the net. Knocked down. Well, in my mind, there's 3 favorites in the WDA: Century, Legacy, and Minot High. Century had the best of Minot earlier on this year. They've got the best of the Magi right now early in this hockey game with 6:10 to tick down here in the opening period.
I think Minot's just got to get a handle on the puck. They're not real smooth right now with our puck handling. We're fumbling at the blue line, and you got to do a better job of that. You can't be nervous with the puck. You get the puck, take your time, be calm with it. You don't need to panic with it. I mean, we got a lot of guys who are just, they're not, I don't know if they're nervous or just, I know it's a big game, but come on, take a deep breath on the bench and get your thoughts and get your composure together. I mean, we handle a puck like that, we're going to be in for a long night. You can't keep giving up breakaways.
Well, Century will make you pay. It's a hockey team coming in that has scored 43 goals on the year. That's 4.3 goals per game, numbers that Troy Olsen probably isn't completely satisfied with. However, if you're scoring more than 2, sport of hockey, you're doing something right, I would have to assume. Down to the corner now for the Magi. Oh, Coleman railed from behind.
Oh, that could have been a boarding.
No call the play. Puck is taken here by the Patriots. They come back to center with Leduc. He runs into Lemon. Puck comes down into the corner now for Richardson. Richardson for the Magi. Starts the motor. Oh, he tossed it right out of the tape here for Ronis. Ronis back in front. Sent it there. Unable to pull the trigger for the Patriots was Freiling. 5:19 ticking down. Ronis on the attack again. Down to the offensive corner on the blocker side. Puck comes back away down to Schmeichel. He's going to start the motor up to center. Didn't have an option for it, so he just sent it down. Will it get to the end line? No, because Hoyt Jubel came out of the net to play it. Shotgun forward up to center. Magi move it back ahead here with Morelli. Strand had a collision there. Now the puck's going to be freed for Matson. Matson off the near side wall. Comes back away now to Panasuk. Panasuk's into the zone, trying to feed it off to Morelli. And Morelli takes it down underneath the net. Back away to the near side wing. Brubachen has got the game's lone goal in this hockey game. Radke had the hit right at the blue line as he and Dawson Lentz, the former Bismarck High standout, got together. 4.5 to play, opening period, 1-0 Patriots. Hail Mary pass was there. Went off of Ben Leduc. He touched it, so no icing.
Got to watch for that. They do it in Bismarck, they're doing it here.
Puck comes back away now up to the neutral ice zone. Strand's in. He's got Panasuk with him. Out in front to Panasuk. Oh, big pad save comes to Panasuk. He scores.
Kind of like Bismarck Century's goal. Kind of bounced around when it might have went off a player, but we've got to watch these long passes. I don't know what the Minot defensemen are thinking right now. They were doing it when we played them the first time. So wouldn't you think you would like make a mental note? I mean, come on, you guys. We're making cross-ice passes in our own zone. That's not going to fly against Century.
Panasuk puts it into the back of the net. And Easton Panasuk grabs another in his junior campaign. That's point number 16, goal number 8. Ostra makes the stop. He hangs on to it. Well, they're going to give it to Strand, rather. So it's Strand from Panasuk and Deal. And we're tied at 1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard.
Either way, it was a good one Minot needed. You needed to come answer back, and no matter how, they don't have to be pretty. Just get pucks on net. That's when the good things will happen.
Here comes Ben Holland through neutral ice. Whistler in. That one went off the catching mitt. That was a howitzer.
Nice save.
Back up to Deal now at the line. Sends it in. Waffle board stop. Minot cycles it down underneath the net. Century came out of the gate here this evening swinging big time. Minot trying to match that right now as they've got the point at the line. The puck at the point. Comes back away now in front. Backhander. Knocked down in front. Here's Holland. Whistles one in, and Holland's going to come up with the stop.
Well, sorry, you see they don't have to be fancy plays. Just sorry, a couple lucky, but I think they're kind of similar goals on both sides.
Well, you take a look at Troy Olsen. He's in year number 19 as the head coach of the Century Patriots. He's helped the Pats reach the state tournament 24 times. Never won a state title. They've come close, however, Matt. We're hoping they could get back to the big dance here this year. Give the West Region another championship. Minot and Bismarck are the only two teams in the WDA to ever win state titles. Offensive zone down for the Patriots. Back out in front. Take it here. Richardson has the handle on it. Got it to Schmeichel, and Schmeichel carries up to center. Schmeichel's going to walk forward with it. Richardson trying to move it off ahead. Cycled down to the corner. 2.5 to play, opening period. Rutlick from the corner, fired it on front. Nobody there for the Magi. The other direction we go now for the Patriots as they walk ahead here with Ty Bacchus. Ostrom was out of the net to play it. A fluky one, and it comes right out in front. 2-1 Pats.
Bad break from Minot there. Not much you can do there. That must have hit one of the partitions. I mean, that was, oh boy. Talk about going to any worse of a place than that.
Ball Blaze Ostrom got handcuffed by a blooper, to say the least, on that play. Panasuk off the draw, back in. Panasuk off to Morelli, backhander. Down to the corner. Puck is freed here, and it comes back away down for the Patriots. Here with Ben Leduc, held in. Radke out in front. Here's Morelli, fires all big stop.
Come on, you got to bury those. You don't get many chances point blank. Minot's had some chances, but we're missing the net. I don't know. Big games like these, you gotta score.
Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Well, the gentleman that got the puck, Mackley Morelli, the one that you'd want to have it on the season for Mackley Morelli. 19 points for him. He's got a team high 10 goals on the season. Here's a drive that came in. Stick save, rebound off the pipe, rebound loose in front. Sent all the way down. Minot High buzzing just a bit as they had the opportunity. Stop was made. The goaltender got some help from the goalpost as well here with 1:51 left in the opening period.
Well, nice shot right on. Get something they can deflect. It can't be shooting head high. You got to keep. That's what you got to do. A nice low shot. They can get their stick on it and redirect. They don't have to be tic-tac-toe goals. It's just anything that is towards the net to fool the goalie.
Face off in the offensive territory for the Magi. Strand off the draw. Tried to work it away here near side. Panasuk had the hits. Patriots trying to clear it on out. They will. It's pushed off ahead, and now on the retrieve for the Magi is Matson in his own territory. Brock Matson up to center ice. Went off a Strand. To help of Morelli, they gained the zone with it, but it's taken here by the Patriots, and Eckert moves it right back out into the neutral ice zone. Comes back away now here from Matson to Panasuk. Sent in, glove down by Blaze Ostrom. 1:16 to play in the opening period. 2-1 Patriots. We've had 3 blooper goals in this first period of play. Century's got 2 of them, end a 1-goal lead. Up to center ice, Brubach. It sends it across. This is a 2-on-1. Through the 5-hole, they score.
Oh, just our defensemen. You got to be careful if you're going to pinch. I mean, if you're going to pinch, you got to have the body, because we're making some fundamental errors right now, and you can't give up 2-on-1s, and for sure you're the defenseman at 2-on-1. You let the goalie take the shooter. Don't let the guy move it to the open guy. That's just, come on, that's something you learn at a younger age. Just let the guy, don't let him get a wide open shot. Just let the goalie have the guy with the puck.
3-1 Patriots as Dawson Lentz picks up number 10 on the year, assisted by Brubach, and that one's good enough for the highlight reel. 3-1, Century on top on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. BNC.bank. Locations in North Dakota and Arizona. It's BNC Bank for all your business and personal banking needs. Big down to the corners, scrubbing for it with Deal. Puck's taken by Holland for the Magi. Back behind the net it comes, where it goes away to Richardson. He'll just ice it on the wall. Richardson moves it back to Deal. Shuffled off ahead of the near wing. Down to 16 seconds to play in the period. All right, kids, get ready to cut them down. We're at 14, now 13. Puck comes back away up to neutral ice. Rodacker back in with it. Got it off to Holland. Odd angle shot. Holland fires in, and the stop is made. Hoyt Jubel caught that one upstairs, and he hangs on to it. Kind of an awkward play there. Handcuffed him just a bit, caught it off the side of the mask, but he holds tight with 4 seconds to play in this opening period. (3-1) Patriots on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Shots are now 12-12 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Morelli in on the draw, wins it back. Richardson fires. We are through 1 period of play. And Century's got themselves a lead that sits at 3-1 at the end of 1 period. North Dakota High School Hockey and WDA coverage here on the PSP Network.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Nobody thinks about personal injury until it happens. But when injury strikes, so will your bills and the turmoil and everything you'll miss out on. It's a mess and you need someone to help it all make sense. That someone is Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride. We know the territory and the process, and we work smart and hard to get you results. It's easier to get back to normal knowing there's a team behind you. We're the ones the other side doesn't want you to call. We're on your side. We're Schweigert, Clamine, and McBride.
When it's time to choose your team, you want to pick the best.
I picked Carson Wentz. I picked Hunter Lipke.
Where'd you come from? I was in football just like you.
Always choose people you know and trust for your team, like your community bankers at First Western Bank and Trust. You can bank on us.
For decades, Nodak Insurance Company has been serving our state's residents in good times and challenging times. We come together for the greater good, from simple acts of kindness to company-wide efforts that make a difference in our community. It's who we are, rooted in North Dakota and ready to serve when it matters most. Nodak Insurance Company, agents with answers.
Darren Johnson, Cody Olson, and Scott Wilkins, your agents with answers in Mandan.
You have built an amazing life by working hard and doing your job well. Delivering financial advice is what we do well. At Ameriprise Financial, our job is to use our skills, experience, and research to help you become more successful in today's economy. What we want you to walk away from each encounter with is satisfaction in knowing that together, we've done what we can to help you work toward a better future.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but delivering more than you may realize. Ackerman Estvold, trusted for decades and decades to come.
The dictionary defines community as a group of people living in the same place or sharing common goals. Community is the largest part of our name, and we make it the largest part of our business. We support our local schools, organizations, youth programs, and local events from Bowman to Bismarck, because we all share a common goal to better the quality of life in our communities. Come bank with us at Dakota Community Bank and Trust, your real community bank.
One period in the books from the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena, 3-1 Century on top of Minot High School. Welcome into our first intermission report, brought to you by Magic Towing. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. It's Magic Towing bringing you our first intermission. Put this phone number in your phone now. You'll be glad that you did. 701-509-4011. It's Magic Towing. They bring you this intermission report. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call. I don't remember a time where I've seen 3 of the 4 would be such bloopers in that first period of play, especially the Century second goal on the dump in that came out in front. Overall, your thoughts on that first period?
I didn't think it was too bad. I just think that their Century's not going to take a lot of penalties. So we've got to, I think we've got to get better on the 5-on-5 part of it. Get aggressive, start hitting more. Yeah, those couple bad breaks on the one that the dump in, it hit something on the glass and came right out. I mean, that's a nightmare for a goalie. You can't do much on there. He's got to go back and play it and stop it for his defenseman. But it's great when they're on the other team. You just hate to have to happen when they're on us. But I think the other goals was a trade-off. The first one for them and Minot's first one was kind of bouncing around the front of the net. And you got to get lucky sometimes. There's nothing wrong with having a little extra luck, but Minot's got to do a better job of watching the Century. They're flying the zone. They're sneaking behind the Minot defenseman. They almost had a couple more breakaways. They had a couple that Ostrom came up big on. You don't want to continually have to rely on your goalie to be stopping breakaways. I mean, come on, you're the last guy. You're the defenseman. The forwards have a job to do in the offensive zone. But then on the other hand, Minot, we're having some struggles in our own zone where we're trying to go up the middle on a cross-ice pass and they're getting picked off, knocked down. That's not really textbook hockey. That's not realistic. I don't think you want to play like that. If you're going to go up the middle in hockey, you better be 100% sure. How about do it in the offensive zone? Don't do it in our own zone because it's hurting us right now. And we've had some guys that just are mishandling the puck. And it doesn't matter who. It's a team game, and Minot's got to get better. They've got to suck it up, grind it out. It's going to be. Century wasn't going to come here and just roll over and give them 3 points. They're coming out. They're happy with that period. But like we were saying, you don't want to get in the habit of these shootouts. I mean, giving up 5 to 7 goals a game is not real good in your defensive. It doesn't make your defensive stats look really, really good, and that's just not. You can't rely on scoring 5 to 7 goals a game to get the win. Chances are you're not going to win many of them.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to come away with W's. We look at these highlights brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Ryan Family Dealerships, locations in Minot and Williston for 50 years. Ryan Family Dealerships been proudly serving Western North Dakota. DriveRyan.com is where you can find their massive inventory. How about this play here from Brubach? It sends it up to Lentz, and Lentz buries it. That gave Century the 3-1 lead at the end of 2 periods of play. Looking at the numbers from that first period. These numbers brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. 3-1, Century on top. Shots are 12-12. Should be 11 saves to 9 in this hockey game right now where we're standing at this point in the contest. We apologize for the typo there. Neither team was granted a power play in that first period. 3-1, Century on top. Any of these numbers stand off the paper to you, Matt, when you look at it here? Pretty even hockey game, just a couple buried chances for the Century Patriots.
Yeah, I think Century just took advantage of a couple odd man rushes, and if you're Minot, you're going to pinch, you've got to do a better job. You've got to take something. If you're not going to get the puck, you need to play the body. And I'm not saying take a penalty, but I'm saying you have to slow that guy that's trying to come out of the zone. You've got to slow him down so the rest of your teammates can get back, help out. Same thing with Minot. If a defenseman's going to take a chance at the blue line, you need a third guy in the high slot to come back and help that other defenseman. I think we're having a little tough time at our at the offensive blue line where we're making some poor decisions, and it's not. We have a lot of time left. We got 2 periods of play, but it's not really the game you want to get into where it's a wide open back and forth. Century's got those 2 lines. They roll them. They're going to play a lot, and those guys, like a lot of the high school teams, they stay out longer than they probably should. You're at higher levels. It's not realistic. You're not staying out there for a minute and a half. Your shift might be 30 seconds at the most. Sometimes it's just the way it is. And people say, geez, it wasn't out there very long. Well, that's the game. It's strategy. Sometimes the coaches don't like a matchup. Somebody gets out on the ice and it's somebody on the other team that you don't want to be matched up against. You got to have. There's reasons that guys are on checking lines. I'm sorry, you can tell. Some people don't like that terminology, but your job is not to give up goals. Okay, you might not be relied on for all the offensive production, but when your line is called upon, you cannot get scored on. You've got to be a good checking line. You've got to be good in your own zone, chipping pucks, blocking shots. The fundamental things you need to win, and Century's just doing them a little bit better. Minot's got to, come on, you guys you can pick it up a little bit. It's 2 periods. It's not over by any means. With most likely, it'll probably come down to right down to the end.
There's probably a good shot of it. It seems that way when Century and Minot High get together. This week on the PSP Network, we've got more action coming your way. Let's make that just a bit bigger for you so your fans at home can take a good look at what we've got on the schedule this week. Century at Minot, that's the matchup that you're watching right now. Thursday, you've got St. Mary's and Bismarck in wrestling. Scheduling note, that's actually a 7 o'clock start on Thursday. We've got girls basketball, 2 of the top teams in North Dakota Class A. Nedrose is at South Prairie. We'll have the call of that one on Thursday night. On Friday, boys and girls basketball comes to the PSP Network. Century at Legacy, 6 and 7:45 start times coming up on Friday. There's a look ahead at the schedule for PSP Network here this week. Looking forward to another good week. Kind of a light week compared to the 27 games we had on the air last week, bringing in the new year. We'll take a little calm before the storm comes up here, Matt.
Give me a chance to reset a little bit.
Yeah, it's time to reset it just a bit. Still have plenty for you this week on the PSP Network. Magi are on the ice, still awaiting the arrival of the Century Patriots. We'll come out and we'll square it off. 3-1. Pats have the lead at the end of 1 period play.
The 26-yard line nearing the Serve Pro red zone are the Demons already. Handoff, Henke dances in the hole. Now he speeds and bursts outside, accelerates to the 20, 15, 10, 2 touches, 2 touchdowns.
Carter Henke, this time they go left, and he just does what he does so well is he read the block. It wasn't off tackle, it wasn't off the guard on the inside, and he took his time, then he bounced to the outside, got a great little kick-out block, a touch block, and deep downfield for the Demons, helping him out.
Whether it's getting an education, making priceless memories, learning to play, playing to learn, or simply getting where you need to go, the team at Ackerman Estvold has been behind these projects and countless others, developing critical infrastructure, valuable spaces, and even some good old-fashioned fun. Entrusted with the things you know, but
Well, we're underway for our second period of play. Century's in white, Minot's in black. If you're just joining us, off the opening draw, it was the Patriots that had the chance in offensive territory. Puck comes away to the near side. Pats are going to have a 2-on-1 back into the zone. Sent across. Here's a drive. Ostrom goes down, and Blaze Ostrom will hang on to it as that opportunity came right onto the tape for Bryson Hansen. Senior was bidding for his 6th of the year. Blaze Ostrom shut the door. Another opportunity for the Century Patriots. They've been good in transition here tonight. We talked about that at our Magic Towing intermission report. You blow it, we tow it. It's Magic Towing.
Minot's just got to get better coming back into our own zone. We're giving up these lot of outnumbered chances, and it just, I mean, it's, you got to be a heads-up player, and you got to think defensively. You got to need a third guy high, and it's just being smart.
Deal moved it off ahead. Brubach had sent it right back down. On the retrieve for the Magi on the near side. Finley Bentz through traffic, comes all the way back into Century defensive territory. Playing for a cause tonight. Brady Sampson, muscular dystrophy night here tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. If you're just joining us, Minot High Hall of Famer Gary Sampson dropped the puck here this evening. Son Brady is who we salute at the Pepsi Rink on this occasion between WDA foes. Delayed offsides on the Magi. Now the puck's at center. Deal's got it. He'll send it right back down into the zone. White Jubel left it aside. Ritter's got it here. Poked it free up to center. We go now. Magi will take it back with Deal. Trying to go to Coleman. Taken away by the Patriots. Now the Magi have it here with Coleman. Rutlick's into the zone. Rutlick carries ahead. Sent it back. Nobody there for the Magicians. And we go back the other direction now for Aiden Johnson. Johnson takes it and sends it back behind Ostrom. Deal on the retrieve. Out with it comes Freilich. Back at the point, worked across near side. This is Eckert that thought about it. He'll shuffle it down away to the far wing. Holding the zone for the Patriots, that's Melander. Magi have it now as Schmeichel goes up to Rutlick at center. Rutlick will carry in. Rutlick down to the corner. Strand's going to come in to help out for the Magi. Puck's taken by Eckert. And reverse back the other direction for the Patriots, who bring it up to center ice now, where they move forward with Ben Leduc. 21 points for him last year. Got it to Big, comes right out in front. Here's a drive ball. Blaze Ostrom left on the island, and Blaze Ostrom forced to make another one because knocking on the doorstep. Bryson Hansen was there. He fired, and Blaze shut the door on shot number 14 of this hockey game.
I mean, if you're Minot, you've got to be ready for the puck. It squirts out to people. We're skating by it. Like you got to have your stick on the ice so you're ready. We're making just errors that are just kind of sloppy play.
Off the draw, Magi have it here with Richardson. Got it to Jace Lemon. Now it comes away to Panasuk. Back the other direction for the Magi. Here with Richardson at center. He's tattooed on that play. Puck comes away now to Charlie Vig. And Charlie Vig starts the motor into the offensive zone. Here's a drive. Richardson blocked that shot. And Leduc had the chance. Minot's top unit out. And it's taken there, dumped back into the zone here by Panasuk. Hoyt Jubel hounded by Morelli. Morelli's got it near corner. Top two in the West region for scoring. He only trails Beasley on the season. Fired from the line. Richardson just missed. Here's a drive that came in. Tipped out in front. That one sailed wide. Back up at the point. Richardson, high riser, went over the head of Jubel. Now it's fired just wide. 13:45 to play here in the second period. Minot trails 3-1 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Goals in that first period came from Andrew Burbakken, Ben Leduc, and Dawson Lentz for the Patriots. Tegan Strand had the lone goal for the Magi in the first frame. Puck's at center ice where it comes back away down to Rodacker. Went off to Finley Bentz. Bentz is into the zone. He's got Holland with him. Pass was behind him. Puck comes back away to the Patriots.
Let's just start shooting the puck. Don't making all these overpassing. Just fire the puck. You got a guy breaking to the net.
Underneath the goal line now as it's going to be taken here by the Magicians. Rodacker on the far wall. Tried to clear, couldn't. Held in. Eckert shuffled back in for Rodas. Worked out from in behind. Scrum continues behind the Minot High cage. 12:50 ticking down here in the second. 3-1 Century's on top. They come in at 6-4 into this West Region affair. One loss inside of region play. That was to Legacy earlier on this season. Minot comes into region play tonight at 5-1 and 8-2 overall. The Magi's only loss came to these very Patriots. Delayed call coming here. Finley Bentz was hit on the near side wall. Now it's the Patriots that touch. And Minot High is going to get the first specialty teams activity of the hockey game. They will go to the power play with 12:28 left in the in the second period. Will this be a 2 or a 5? It's a 2 for Ruff, and into the box for the Patriots goes number 21, Dietrich Melander.
Seems like the guys, whenever there's a penalty they don't understand, they always give the linesman a hard time. Like, that guy didn't make the call.
Poor linesman.
I know, they take a lot of abuse.
First power play of the game, none of the first. First and the second here for the Magi. Can they convert? Up at the point, Radke moved it off now over to Panasuk. Puck escapes the zone for the Magi, and they're going to have to go all the way back into the neutral ice territory to recover it. Taken by Morelli, he'll dump it down. Hoyt Jubel's out of the net to play it. Cycle back around, here's Morelli. Oh, put it off the pad, and then it carried him right out in front. Magi will have to retrieve. Back in their own territory, there was an opportunity for the Magi. Here's Radke behind his own net. Working with 1:24 Serve Pro power play time. Serve Pro 24/7 emergency service with trained technicians and advanced technology. Wraparound from behind. Strand came to Morelli, fired, save. Back behind the cage. Coleman scrubbing for it. Radke's going to hold it at the far point. Minot High buzzing a bit on the power play. Here's Radke across the middle, drop back now Morelli. Underneath, walking, firing, save. Jubel's on top of it, into the cage, goes the netminder. And still on his backside. Eric Steele right there. And Century's netminder comes up with a big stop on his 14th shot of the game. It remains 3-1 Patriots.
Well, good pressure from Myatt, but you got to get something maybe a little more concrete, maybe in the middle of the high slot. Well, I mean, scoring from those odd angles down the corner is probably not going to work, but you got to get some solid shots. You got to move the puck quick on the tape. And the guys that when they see a shot coming from the point, they got to get to the front of the net. You need deflections, you need greasy ones.
Serpro power play out for the next 57 seconds. Minot High's first power play and only power play of this hockey game. Well, they've got AC/DC bumping in here right now as the Magi look for an answer. Up top, Radke. Back over Panasuk. Goes back up Morelli. Sends it over to Panasuk. Oh, yawning goalmouth. He sent it wide. Puck caroms all the way back to the other end. This is Brubakken. Short-handed chance. Radke came back and gobbled it up. Morelli's going to have to recover in the far corner. Cycles it back down to Radke. Talk about a grade A opportunity for the Magi as Morelli sent it over to Panasuk and he just sailed it a bit wide. Panasuk's back in with it. Comes away now to Strand. Strand up to Morelli. Cycles it back to Strand. Morelli gets it here, quarterbacking from the far point. Now it's Radke. He'll fire, sent it wide. Rebound side of the cage. Strand hit the outside of the iron. Puck comes back away now to Radke. Century's kill doing what they can to keep Minot off the board in the second period. They're going to kill off the Minot High power play. Big hit near side. Sent down front. Oh, it was Panasuk on the doorstep. Just couldn't wrangle it in. Puck's in the center slot, comes back up to center now. Radke's got it. Century trying to get off for a change. This is a long shift for those killers that are still on the ice here for the Patriots. Lead pass is connected. In comes Vig. He's hit by Radke. Back behind the Minot High goal. It's taken here by Deal. Trying to go to Schmeichel between his legs. It came, and we'll have an icing call here with 9:55 left in the second. 3-1 Patriots. Minot High had some opportunities on the power play, but the Century kill stood strong.
Yeah, it was a one-timer. I think it was an open net. I think he fired it hard. You want those back, but those, like we talked about, taking advantage of it. We have to start burying some of those chances. We don't get many power plays against Century.
Patriots are a team that's been disciplined down the year. They've taken 32 penalties, which is 3.2 per game. They've drawn 2.9 on the season. Up to center it comes down for the Magi. Rutlick in on the 2-on-2. Fancy move. He's upended on the play. Hayden Ritter, the senior, shut him down. Back in the neutral ice zone. It comes away. Schmeichel's got it here. Schmeichel gives the dump into the offensive zone where the Magi will give chase along with the Patriots, who possess the puck and work it up to center. Tape to tape here. They try to feed Charlie Vig. It was taken away by Finley Bentz. Into the offensive zone it comes. Now it's Deal that's got it. Puck's taken back away. Charlie Vig skates down. Charlie down underneath the goal line. Looks for the wraparound. Fires it on. And Blaze Ostrom comes up with the stop as Charlie Vig had the opportunity. And Ostrom shut the door. Well, we talked about Charlie Vig's brother Max playing in the North American Hockey League. Got the young man, Mackley Morelli, his brother Mason, playing in the American Hockey League for Henderson Silver Knights. Having a good year with 19 points in 31 games played. On the plus side of the plus minus with 18 minutes of penalties. Not a bad year for your oldest son.
He's hanging in there, doing all right. Keep grinding.
One call up away from the National Hockey League. Won an AHL crown last year with the Hershey Bears. Or moving over to Henderson to play for the Silver Knights. Patriots have possession here. Lead pass up to center. This is Brubakken that's in with it. Brubakken sends it back. Oh, that was Astle. Just couldn't wrangle that pass. Puck comes back away now for the Magi and Rodacher. There's going to be another penalty on this play. And the Magi are going to find themselves back on the Serpro power play with 8:36 left in the second period. Another big-time chance here for Minot High School.
Well, we got to, like I said, odds are we got to get one here eventually, but You talk about those cross-ice passes. You should be able to read them, but you can't let the Bismarck Century players sneak behind you. They shouldn't be able to make a 75, 100-foot pass across the ice. I mean, we got to do a little bit better job of that, of watching them, you know, anticipating.
Well, the boys will be boys in the face-off circle. Strand is kicked out. Vig sets. And the face-off won by the Magi. Up at the point across. Morelli's got it here. Fired. Nice block there. Defense was strong from Ben Leduc. Morelli's going to get it back at center. Still scrumming for it. Comes away to Strand, and Strand's got it here. Strand starts the motor at center ice, and Strand will carry it back into offensive territory. He'll walk it down underneath the net. Strand works it away far side. Morelli back up now. Morelli surveys, goes back away to Radke. Now Panasuk. Stick handling. Goes back Morelli, center slot, turns, fires, blocker save, rebound loose in front. Morelli on a tee. Brubach had knocked it down in front of the cage, and the Pats will clear.
Oh, we got to get some of those through there. I mean, come on, you guys.
1 minute, 7 seconds to play here on the ServPro power play. Only the second specialty teams activity of the game, right in front of the net. Oh, the chance.
Just like we were saying, you got to bury those. I mean, we're having chances, we're just not connecting.
Back in comes Morelli now. He'll walk and fire. Morelli fires it in. Hoyt Jubel makes the save as Mackley Morelli is looking for his team high 20th point of the season. 3-1 Patriots. Stat that typically you don't see on the score sheet. Depends on what score sheet you're looking at, but the one that oftentimes isn't talked about as the highlighted ones. Penalty kill in the block shots category here tonight for Century has been good.
Well, they're allowing the goaltender to get a good look at the shots, and that's what you got to do. You got to clear that front out and let him see the pucks, just get whistles. But we've got to, our special teams has got to start finding a way to take advantage of something here.
Richardson up at the point. He's hounded. Puck comes back away down in the corner. Hammered back up to center. Deal's got it. Comes to Holland now. Richardson has it here. Richardson, the freshman, will bring it away to the near side for Finley Bantz, who's into the zone. Then spins off with it. Surveys. Finley Bantz down to the corner. Back over to Ben Holland. At the point, Deal. Deal moves it back over to Holland. He'll whistle it in. And the stop is made as Hoyt Jubel makes the glove save on Ben Holland, who fired. Holland on the year with 7 points coming into the showdown here in his sophomore campaign. He's got 5 goals for the Magi that time. Into the catching minute win for Hoyt Jubel, who's had a good game here for Century.
Yeah, he's been solid, but if you're Minot, you're probably not going to score from way out there. You got to either take it to the net or you got to like move it around till you can get a better shot. We're just kind of, they're blocking all the lanes just like that right there. They're getting in the way, and Minot's just kind of they're not sharp, I don't think, right now.
Patriots go 2 for 2 on the kill. Sent in, Hoyt Jubel made the save, left it out in front here for Vig. Spins to his right, then his left, and now Charlie Vig starts the motor up to center. Lead pass, got it off ahead. This is Lentz with it, sent it back on front. Oh, Vig just couldn't wrangle it in. Well, there's one thing I can guarantee you. A Troy Olsen hockey team, this puck is right out in front. Oh, on the doorstep. Stop was made from Blaze Ostrom. He went down and had to make the point-blank stop. That play was generated out in front. Blaze Ostrom made the save. Back to that comment, Troy Olsen, I guarantee, is going to have hockey teams that are going to battle you hard. They're going to block shots. They're going to give a full effort for a full 51 minutes, and that's certainly been the case here tonight.
They always do. They're not an easy. It's not going to be an easy game against those guys. They come in here. They're hungry. They don't care if you know, Minot probably didn't get the breaks last time. They want the 3 points just as bad as we do.
Puck's taken and worked away to the far side. D-zone for the Magi. This is Radke with it. Fired it right up to center, and it's sent right back in by Eckert. Another funny bounce off the end wall. Ostrom stuck it aside. Now the Magi start the rush to center again. This puck's going to roll in on Hoyt Jubel, and Jubel is going to make the save. He'll go on top of it. Faceoff will come on his blocker side.
This Minot's got to get something going here. This top line is that you're relied on for production, and you've had moments of play, but you've got to start. The chances are there. We're just not capitalizing them. Give credit to Bismarck's goalie. He's been he's came to play, but they've got to do something to get. We got to pop one in there somehow.
By the way, Prestwich Orthodontics brings you tonight's hockey game. Specializing in braces and Invisalign for all ages. 0% financing and free consultations either online or in the office at Prestwich Orthodontics. Find out more at minotbraces.com. Radke back up to center. Went all the way through traffic, through skates, and back on the attack. Morelli tried to free the puck in deep, but it's taken here by the Patriots, and it's fired up to the neutral ice zone, taken by the Magi, and dumped right back in. It's Andrew Coleman out for the Magi on the back end. Puck got past Panasuk, and it comes all the way back into Minot High territory where Mackley Morelli handles here. Morelli with a backhand up to the near wing. Teeter-totter match sent right back in. 12 minutes has been played in the second. 5 remain. It's still 3-1 Century. All the goal scoring came in the first period of this contest. Up at center ice.
Just sloppy play. We're missing passes, and I don't think guys are talking out there enough. You just don't hear anybody talking like they should be.
Out in front, here's a drive. Whistler went just wide of the pad of Blaze Ostrom. Point blank again as Freiling was on the doorstep. Freiling in to help out as the puck was frozen on the end boards. Coleman moved it free. Now Panasuk's got it again. Leads it out here to Morelli. He'll dump it down into the corner and peel off for a change for the Magi with 4:18 to play here in the second period. Up to center ice it comes down where it's taken here by Bryson Hansen. Across the middle it came. Back to Leduc in front. Charlie Vig was there, but the puck went away to the far corner. Patriots have possession at neutral ice where it's taken by Eckert. He'll dump it right back in. Ostrom out of the net to play. Deal's got it here on the near side wall. Deal moves it off ahead. Now Finley Bentz back to Deal. Comes away Brock Matson. Century is causing the Magi some major headaches here in this hockey game. Without question, Minot High feeling forced, to say the least, here in this showdown as the Patriots send it out to center. Here's Brubakken. He's got Eckert with him. Brubakken carrying down, wraps. Pad save, Blaze Ostrom. Here comes Finley Bentz. He's got a motor on him. He's into the offensive zone. That shot was blocked there by Melander. Down to the corner, it's taken here by the Patriots. They work it back up to center. Deal's got it at center ice. Brubakken. Deal touched it, moved it in. Hoyt Ubel will just stick it aside with under 3 to play here in the second. You look at this lifetime series between these two teams. Talked about it being the 123rd all-time matchup between the two. Last year, Minot High and Century split. Minot lost 4-3 on their home ice. They won by a score of 4-1 at the VFW Sports Center. Magi need to do something special here if they want to split this season. Century beat them earlier this year, 7-6. Down at the Wachter Arena. Patriots holding a 3-1 lead right now here in this tail end of the second. Schmeichel far wall. Got it to center for Rodacker. Rodacker will dump it down. They give chase. Ben Holland's in after it. Holland back to Rodacker. Swept to the point. Marsland tried to move it off ahead. Comes away to Schmeichel. Marsland off to Schmeichel in front of the net. Here's Holland with it. Spins it out in front of the cage. Knocked down by a skate. That was Ty Bacchus in the way of that shot. And it's taken by the Patriots. And they dump it right back into Minot High territory. Under 2 to play here in the second. Magi back up to the neutral ice zone with it. Levin moved it off ahead. Taken here by the Pats on the near wall with Hayden Ritter. Rodas will dump it down. Marsland booming, hit in behind, but the puck is freed, loose out in front. Comes back away up to the line where it's taken by Swan. Over, slap shot Charlie Vig tattooed that one towards the goal, and a pad save was made from Blaise Ostrom. Approaching the final minute in the second. Puck's back up at the far line, worked across. Holland had the hit, now it's worked back up to the line where it comes away to the near. Taken by Ritter, back out in front of the cage at the point. This is Bacchus, fires on, it's going to be hung on to. Blaise Ostrom slows the play in a 3-1 tilt with 57.8 seconds left here in this second. Tonight's game brought to you on the PSP Network by our good friend at Mason Kramer Photography. It's Mason Kramer himself. Game action shots or senior portraits. It's Mason Kramer Photography. One of the best in the business. Find him online. MasonKramerPhotography.com. Century's been good tonight in this hockey game. Minot High trying to find an answer, trailing by 2 right now as it's taken here by Strand. He got it back over to Radke. He reverses it back down to Deal, and Deal will bump it off the near wall, back up to Tegan Strand. Strand with under 40 seconds to play in the second, carries in. Strand's going to go coast to coast with it, fires, he scores! Tegan Strand put it into the back of the net to the Manshire, back within 1.
That was a big one. They needed that one, but right by the end of the period, right before the end of the period, maybe that'll get Minot going a little bit because Minot hasn't looked sharp for 2 periods. I just don't know what it is. The pucks are bouncing. They're making plays that are just bad timing, and you can't do that against the top teams. You might be able to do it against the bottom teams in the West, but not against Century and Legacy and the top teams. You just won't get away with that. They see through that. They're smarter than that.
Vig and Strand up at center ice. They have a jostling match back and forth. They each take a whack at each other. Strand says enough of your shenanigans. Vig says, I'll just move back here to the blue line. Let's listen in to Duffy Dobek. This will be an icing. Well, it's Strand from Morelli, and the Manshire back within 1 at 3-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Morelli had the assist on the play. Look at these two guys as they come together for the face-off. Plenty of words between Vig and Strand here tonight. And now Strand's going to be kicked out of the circle. So Panasuk comes in against Charlie Vig. Vig wins it back. All right, kids, get ready to count them down. We're at 17 seconds. Patriots want another one before the period ends. High riser went back in behind the net. 10 seconds, now 9, now 8. Sent out front. It's in the skates. Magi have it on the near side wing. Radke's got it. Goes over to Deal, and we are through 2 periods of play. Well, this one could get interesting heading into the third. Century and Minot High, frankly, don't like each other. I think that's a given, especially on the ice. Some words exchanged at the end of the second. That's what you expect when it's 3-2. Patriots on top. Magic Towing intermission report comes up next. 3-2 at the end of 2 periods played here on the PSP Network.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
We want it all. We want our dog to fetch it.
Drop it.
And drop it.
Drop it.
We want to fix it ourselves. And actually fix it. We want to order the market price lobster. And know the market price of the lobster.
How much is... Whatever the market says.
Sadly, we can't have it all. Except at Sport Clips, where we check in with the pros in men's hair and totally check out with pure, uninterrupted relaxation. Sport Clips. It's a game changer.
And finally, Agent Smith. He's in charge of restoring your property to its original state.
Meet Gary. Gary is an ordinary guy, but right now Gary has car trouble. Gary doesn't know about magic towing. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing. We are here to help 24/7. Magic Towing in Western North Dakota. Don't be like Gary. Remember the name and the number. It's Magic Towing.
2 periods in the books, 1 to go in this West Region Showdown. 3-2 Century on top of Minot High. Welcome into our Magic Towing second intermission report. Magic Towing, you blow it, we tow it. Magic Towing brings you our second intermission. Nick Hulberg alongside of the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High standout, Mr. Matt Morelli. First things first, Century has really caused Minot High some headaches here tonight. They've had some good pressure on the Minot High forecheck and back check and just pressure across the board. Has that really been the tail of the tape in your mind in this hockey game?
I think so. I think Century hasn't, they're just keeping it simple tonight. They're playing just you know, don't have to be fancy. They don't have to make all these crazy plays in their own end. The game is about just transition, getting it up the ice as quick as you can. You're coming out of your zone. You need to make good, clean passes to those forwards. Bismarck's kind of might have the pucks. They had some, you know, maybe some tough bounces here and there, but like we've said, it isn't a time to get down. You're still in the game. That one with the second goal for Minot with 33 seconds left was huge for some momentum. Now, let's see what Minot does with it. Century has played pretty good so far. Their goalie's played really good. Both guys have made some good saves, but there's been times where there's been some turnovers too. And when Minot is aggressive and on the forecheck quick, I think we force the other teams into making mistakes. And I think we've got away from that a little bit tonight. I know we've got, you know, you have a few times where you want to play the body, you got to be careful. I mean, actually, I think they have more penalties than we do tonight, which is rare for a Century Minot game. But our power play has just been really a tough. You can say it any way you want. It's been a struggle, and that's no joke. I mean, you hate your power play. You like to be around that 20%, but unfortunately, I don't think we're close to that. When we've done a good job of staying out of the box, but Minot's got to get. I think they got to get back to more physical play. Century doesn't like. I think we hit more than most teams, but can we do it in a smart way where we're not taking penalties? But we've got to start burying some chances. We've had some chances that just you got to bear down. Like I was saying, there comes times in games where you don't get any chances. So when you get some, you got to make it count. I'm sorry, that's the difference between a goal scorer and guys that just are hoping for chances. You're gonna be a sniper. You got to bury when it comes to it gets on your stick. You got to put them in the net.
5 times the puck has been buried here tonight. We look at these Ryan Family Dealerships replays. Ryan Family Dealerships, They don't just sell vehicles, they help you service them as well. Ryan Family Dealerships for 50 years. It's been the trusted name in car buying in Western North Dakota, but they also have a commitment and respect for their customers. Strong today as it was 50 years ago. Certified techs at Ryan Family Dealerships, no matter what kind of vehicle you own, you can trust the repairs to Ryan Family Dealerships. You see the highlights from this hockey game. Scoring recap looks like this, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. Andrew Brubakken got the first goal of the game at 8:13. Unassisted, even strength tally for the Patriots. Minot even the score at 1-1 at 12:51. It was Tegan Strand from Easton Panasuk and Aiden Deal. Century got the next two in the first period. Ben Leduc from Ty Bacchus. That was at 14:41. Then it was Andrew Brubakken to Dawson Lentz at 15:58. That made it 3-1 Century. We didn't get a goal all the way until the final 32 seconds of the second period. Mackley Morelli set up Tegan Strand, and Tegan Strand went down and scored at the end of the period. That gives Minot a little momentum. They still trail by a goal at the end of one period and 2 periods play, in total of 34 minutes with 17 left. Goaltender saves. Well, there's 21 shots on goal for the Magi, 18 for the Century Patriots. Blaze Ostrom having a good night tonight for the Magi. 19, making 15 saves for him. 19 saves on the other side for Hoyt Jubel in this hockey game. Minot High's had 2 power plays. Century hasn't had any in the contest. Both teams with 8 quality scoring chances, and both teams with 15 face-off wins through 2 periods. Looking at the numbers on your screen, Century and Minot 3-2, the end of 2. This has been a good hockey game across the board according to the numbers, and on the stat sheet here tonight, it's been a bit of a teeter-totter match and a little bit of a chess match with Troy Olson, 19th year head coach of the Century Patriots. Jason Bennett, John Grum, and Jordan Willert, 10 years for the Magi. Is there one major thing that stands off the paper? Is it hitting in your mind that changes the outcome for Minot High here tonight? For Century at the same time, is there one thing that helps them put a nail in this coffin here this evening to make it a clean sweep over the Magi on the season?
I don't think Century's been out hitting us. It just seems like they're getting in the way of the Minot forwards enough to just to slow them down and kind of hold their momentum up a little bit. We're not getting the clean, head of steam like, say, Century is. There's looking for that guy on that kind of a long pass, and there's been times where we're not adjusting it to it too well. I mean, we're not like I was saying, you're just pointing out things that are correctable. We don't mean to get on anybody. If people take that the wrong way, then you're not watching it close enough. Because if you're going to hang with these tough teams in the state, especially down the road in February, you can't make mistakes like we're doing right now. We've got to be better in our own end. I've said it for years. It starts with defense. You start at the back end. Your goalie, defenseman on out. If guys don't have pride in playing defense, it's not going to be good. I'm sorry. I'm telling you. Like I said, if people don't like brutal honesty, then maybe you should maybe go watch a different sport. I'm sorry, because if these guys are if we're gonna beat tough teams, you're not gonna probably beat them 6-5 and 7-6, because most of the time you're not gonna score that many goals. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen every game. You get the occasional games where everything went in, like the Legacy game. That was not gonna say it was a fluke. Mine outworked them, but it was when we caught Legacy on an off night and they didn't play well, and Minot kind of punched them in the mouth. You can dice it any way you want. Minot outplayed them. But in these games, these points are so important. If you take a shift off or two, you're going to get scored on. And it's nothing drives coaches more crazy when you're making very mental mistakes. And come on, you guys. You can't say it's inexperience when you've played 10, 11, 12 games. That's an excuse, and Minot cannot use that, but we've got to be better in this next period.
Taking a look at the standings and where we stand on day number 1 of the 24 calendar schedule for high school hockey in North Dakota. Legacy, Minot, Century, those are the favorites on the west side of the state. 15 points for Minot and Century. One of these teams can get out of here with a regulation win tonight. They will end up tied with the Legacy Sabres at 18 points. Jamestown's at Legacy tonight. That's not a walkthrough by any means for the Sabres taking on Matt Stockert's Jamestown Blue Jays. However, Legacy the favorite in that hockey game here on their home ice against the Blue Jays. Dickinson's at 4, Jamestown at 5, Williston, Hazen-Beulah tied with 8 points. Mandan, Bismarck High, and Botno round out the teams inside of the conference. Taking a look at the state scoring leaders, Matt, coming into the showdown here tonight. Here's a look at those state scoring leaders. Drew Beasley from Legacy, 24 points for him in his junior or senior campaign. Forgive me, I think it's his senior campaign for Mr. Beasley and Marcus Bunce, that tandem down in Bismarck. The only other West Region guy inside the top 10 inside of North Dakota, Mac Morelli and Brooks Simons, two of them inside the top 10 in North Dakota. Mackley Morelli with 20 points now. He's going to move up into a tie with Branson, Gardner, and Mattern as far as point production is concerned. Brooks Simons having quite a year for the Botno Rugby Braves again here this year with 18 points in his 10 games played. Big thanks again to North Dakota High School Hockey.com and Mr. Bob Gillen for always promoting high school athletes and doing his part on North Dakota High School Hockey.com. A lot of time that he puts into that. Thank you again, Mr. Bob Gillen. Well, the Magi come back to the ice. That means the Patriots are going to be on their way in just a few moments as well. Put a cap on our Magic Towing intermission report. You blow it, we tow it at Magic Towing. Put the number on your phone now, 701-509-4011. You'll be glad you did. It's Magic Towing bringing you the intermission report. One period is all that remains in this WDA showdown, the 123rd matchup between the Pats and the Magi. Century holding a 1-goal lead.
There's no place like the country club. 18 holes of immaculate golf, along with golf simulator, PGA staff, club fitting and lesson, driving range and practice green, pro shop, delicious food, endless fun in the pool, and activities for the whole family. Learn more and become a member today.
Time for our third period of play here on the PSP Network. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli on the call as Century's in white, Minot's in black. If you're joining us here this evening and just joining us, playing for a cause here tonight. Playing for muscular dystrophy here at the Pepsi rink at Mesa Arena. I'm Brady Sampson night at the Mesa. Puck's at the point. Radke's got it. Fired it forward. Hit traffic. Comes away to the Patriots. They're up over the neutral ice territory. Now they're just going to dump in. Eckert from center ice sails it down.
Sorry, took another bad bounce off the boards.
Something is up with those boards, I'm telling you. Something that they'll be looking at in the practices to come. I'll guarantee you that here for the Magi. Here's Strand. He's got it. Fires outside of the net. He scored 32 seconds outside of the intermission report. Right at the tail end of the second. Gave Minot quite a buzz. Can they carry it over into this third period? Deal on the far wall. Plastered there by Astle. Comes away to Eckert. Moves it back into his own territory. On the retrieve here for the Patriots. Melander moves it away down to Brubakken. Taken away by the Magi. This is Mac Morelli in with it. Morelli fires. Oh, he hit the goalpost on the short side. That puck went clank. Didn't have much room to get it past the netminder. Somehow he did, but the goaltender's best friend, the red pipe, was there. Puck's underneath. Morelli still scrumming forward. He's going to come out with it. Here's Mackley Morelli now. Worked it to the far point. Sent across, Deal sent it through the middle of the zone. Comes back away, Morelli, Panasuk. Oh, one-timer, what a stop that was. Puck's taken by Morelli, out in front. Here's a chance. Oh, the Magi with Strand on the doorstep, just couldn't find an answer. Another drive comes in. Well, how about the Magicians?
Good start for Minot. Just peppering. That's probably a 2-3 shot barrage there. We just, you deserve better, but that's what you build on. You start off the period on aggressive, putting shots on net. They'll come. You just got to believe it and you think positive.
Talk about a buzzsaw. That was like sharks in the water smelling blood for the Magi. They had their chances. The goaltender, Point Bubel, coming up gigantic in the first 2 minutes of this third period. Puck's on the near side wing. Schmeichel's going to come out with it. Pushed it ahead forward. Now Finley Bentz on the attack into the offensive zone. Bentz using the speed. Touched the puck for a moment, but it's taken by the Patriots. Now it's Schmeichel that takes it away. Magi with great pressure early on, but it's Vig up to center ice into the zone. It comes here for Ben Leduc. He's going to skate down right into the Minot High blue paint. Puck comes away up to the line. Worked across from Bacchus. Charlie Vig went down. He's still on the ground down in our blind spot down here. Vig back up. Vig against Lemon, then Lemon and Vig having quite a scrum down here. Prison rules tonight, Matt, in this third period of play is Charlie Vig now having a conversation with the young man out front.
Yeah, you said that. You got that. That's a great term. It's like you said, it's like a cage match in wrestling. Those guys just do whatever they want, and nobody says anything.
Well, Charlie Vig, he plays with an intensity and an edge on him. One of the tops in the West region. It's a fun player to watch right there from a bloodline of nothing but hockey talent. Holland worked it back away near side. Magi have it with Carter Coleman. Up to center now for Rutlick. Into the zone come the Magicians. Fighting hard for the puck here, but it's taken away by Dawson Lentz, and Lentz has it back in behind the net. Well, the hitting is picked up in this third period. You better buckle in tight, folks. We're going old school WDA for the final 17. Patriots trying to clear. They will with the backhand. This puck will come all the way down. We'll have an icing, and this icing is brought to you by Planet Pizza. 701-852-1700. Try that Blue Buffalo Pizza. Or stop in for their lunch buffet tomorrow, 11 to 2. Every weekday at Planet Pizza. You want to talk about a value for your money? Planet Pizza's lunch buffet certainly is out of this world. Planet Pizza. Right on South Broadway in the Magic City. Well, do you think there was garbage cans thrown in the locker room in between periods for the Magi?
Well, maybe not thrown, but there was probably some good verbal, exchange. The coaches are going to let these guys, get them into it. Sometimes you shouldn't have to do much to get motivated. You should be able to motivate yourself. But coaches will probably give their opinion until they make a couple of corrections, a couple of adjustments, and that's just the way it is. God, we got a bad break there.
Puck comes out in front of the net. Oh, fired on in front. Hayden Johnson shoots and scores.
The puck stopped on that wet spot back there, and the defenseman misplayed it. You can see it's wet on the right side of the net. And that just had enough to where he overskated it. That's a bad break.
Right on the doorstep and receiving the pass out in front. Aiden Johnson's got his third goal of the year, and Century, after weathering a Minot High storm to start the third, all of a sudden has a 2-goal lead. Well, you want to talk about bounces and breaks in this hockey game. Two goofy ones to start. Get one in the third here for Century. They lead 4-2 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Minot had one of those in the first as well. It's not just that the Century Patriots have had some luck here tonight. There's just been some bloopers in this hockey game without question.
Well, we're going to have to score 2 to tie it. We've got to take it one step at a time. Take it every 5 minutes. Win the next 5 minutes. You've got 12 and a half minutes to get 2. Just don't think you have to get it in one shift. Just win this next 5-6 minutes, and then you give yourself a chance at later in the game.
Tonight's hockey game brought to you by the UPS store, by the way. The UPS store located in the Marketplace Foods Plaza for all your packing and shipping needs. It's the UPS store. Century Zastel's out to center. Back on the retrieve was Radke. Then it's taken and flipped into the zone by Brubachen, but he's offsides. Tonight's game also brought to you by Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Proudly helping the region with their moving and storage needs since 1942. It's Roger Ward Moving and Storage. Find them online, Roger-Ward movingandStorage.com. Holland in against Brubachen on the faceoff. Brubachen won it back. And it comes back in behind the Minot High goal where Radke retrieves. Well, if you're Troy Olsen, you're breathing a little bit lighter right now over on the Century bench. Anything that they can do to continue to stay in the driver's seat to this contest right now in your coaching X's and O's?
Keep being aggressive. Century's just kind of, they're getting some stretch passes, and they're coming out of their zone, I think, a little bit better than Minot. Look at that bounce.
Puck went right off the stanchion of the glass and right back into Minot High territory.
Oh, that's kind of been the night Minot's had. One coming off, there was another one almost came out. That one, it's just like, boy, I tell you, those are tough ones to play against.
Rollers had the backhander. It's going to come off of a Century defender here. That's Johnson, has to come all the way back into his own territory. Puck's moved away. Century's up to center. It's a 2-on-1 into the offensive zone for Freilich. Sends it across, high riser for Moronis, missed.
Just talked about those guys stepping up. If you're going to step up, you better take a body with you. At least slow them down, because we're not having a winger that's high enough.
Into the offensive zone, the Magi will give chase here as Finley Bentz is the first one in after it. Bentz with a backhand, sent it out front, nobody home. Across the neutral ice zone here for Ben Leduc. Puck's taken away by the Magi. Deal tried to feed it off to Bentz. It was read there by Vig, and he dumps it right back in. Under 11 to play here in the third period. Puck comes back underneath the Century net. Century's a team that last year took third place inside of the WDA, on their way to a record of 12 wins, 4 losses, and 3 defeats. 17-9-1 overall on the season, man. It was a Century team that made the state tournament as the number 3 seed. They ended up taking 5th, beating Jamestown in the 5th place game at the state tournament by a score of 2-1 in an epic showdown. Tell you what, it was sure joy getting the opportunity to call Charlie and Max Vig playing their final games together in high school hockey for the Century Patriots. Two of the greats play at Century. Oh, that puck went right into the Patriot bench. Look out. Troy Olsen almost on the headhunt there. That puck shot up into the Century bench. See Ronas just toss it back into play. Face-off will be on the glove side of Hoyt Ubel. The Magi won the West Region regular season crown last year. They've gone back-to-back doing that now, 2 straight years. However, the Magi have not won a West Region title since 2006. You heard me right, that's quite a while. Jordan Willert, the co-head coach of the Magi, was on that team. Haven't won the tournament since then. It's either been Legacy, Bismarck, or Century that has had the crown. Got to add Jamestown in there as well. They won it 2 years ago. Puck's taken here by the Patriots up at center. Morelli's got it. Mac Morelli through the center ice slot. He's run into by Leduc, and it's freed now for the Magi as Strad brings the motor up to speed into the zone again. Tossed it into no man's land. It's going to come back away now to Panasuk. He recovered it. Sent it back to the far point. Nobody there for the Magi. Foot race is on. Blaze Ostrom's out of the net to play it. And Ostrom launches it right back through neutral. Skips everybody. Uh-oh. Referee went down on the far side of the ice surface. Eric Steele had a collision there with Lemon, and Steele went down hard. That was a hard hit for the official, Eric Steele. Hopefully he's all right. Well, you never like to see guys get injured, especially the ones that don't have any pads on. And again, if that's a North American League game for the Toros or the Bobcats, venture to guess that probably would have brought the fans to volume. Speaking of the Bobcats and the Toros, they played 3 straight times over the holiday break. And it was the Minot Minotaurs that won all 3 in that 3-game series leading up to New Year's Eve.
Yeah, they're on a roll right now.
Well, after the official timeout, Eric Steele is all right. He'll continue on. Big thanks to all those officials doing what they do. Not an easy gig by any means. And without them, we just wouldn't be able to play these games. So a big thank you to officials in every sport across the board watching. At center ice, puck's taken by the Patriots. Shot was knocked down there by Richardson. Comes away down to Radke. Radke on the far wall, pinned up. Comes to Morelli. Across the zone, and comes now for Panasuk. He'll survey. Back up at the line. Radke moved it forward. A lot of forcing it tonight for the Magi. Just hasn't gone their way. And it's dumped in from center now by Charlie Vig as he sends it back where Richardson's back on the retrieve. 9 on the dot to play here in the third. Magi trailing the Patriots 4-2. Winner of this game will share some of that first place position inside the WDA. That is depending the outcome of Legacy at Jamestown tonight. Walking down, firing. Blaze Ostrom got a piece of the paddle on that one as it was shot to the far side by Ben Leduc. 8:42 to play in the third.
Time starts to become an issue. You're going to have to take some chances. I mean, I would shorten the bench. You're going to have to run certain guys. You're going to have to tell them they're going to need to stay out longer shifts, and you have to take some chances even if you're tired. You need to.
Manson up to center for Holland. Taking Brubakken. Deals back on the retrieve for the Magi. Went back away to Holland now with 8:26 to play in the third. Up to center ice it comes. Stuck in the skates. Minot High is going to need to touch up on sides. Meanwhile, the Patriots carry over center and dump it down. They go out for a change.
Oh, you got to get out and stop that puck. Our goaltender's got to get out there. If you have time, you got to get out there and stop it.
Magi.
Set it up. Sorry, set it up.
Magi back in with Hagedorn. Shot blocked theirs. It's going to be knocked away by Caden Ronas, and the Magi will dump back in from center. Under 8 to play in the third period. 2-goal lead here for the Century Patriots. Big collision on the far wall. Player down for the Pats, and the puck is underneath them. Now there's going to be a pushing and shoving match coming here. Not the situation or spot you want to be in on the bottom of that pile. Holland was there, and the Patriot player that was down was number 15 that was on the ice surface. That was Aiden Johnson. Faceoff will be in the Century Patriot end. Tonight's game on the PSP Network brought to you by our friends, Minot State University. Be seen, be heard, be you. It's Minot State, where 96% of recent Minot State grads are either employed or continuing their education. Minot State grads get jobs, period. Big thanks to Minot State for their continued support of the PSP Network's mission of promoting local athletes. Puck's up at center. Magi and Rutlick trying to bring it back in. Puck was taken away by the Patriots there on the defensive play from Ty Bacchus. Leduc on the far wall. Pushed it free up at center. The Magi will get it back here into the zone. Andrew Coleman. Coleman will take it down. Underneath the net, Coleman's got it. Created some space, went to Bentz, tried to push it to the point, but it's out of the zone for the Magi. Century off at a change. Rutlick brings it back in. Rutlick fired it down. Finley Bentz far side. Puck's underneath the net. Under 7 to play in regulation. This puck's going to be sent all the way down. Rolling puck will come right in front of the blue paint to Blaze Ostrom. Puck's taken here by Lemon. Lemon tops it up. Puck comes back away now, and Lemon's got it here. Oh, Lemon was tattooed back in behind the Minot High goal. Magi are going to carry it up to center. Are we going to see a 5-minute major coming here? We very well might here. As now at center ice, we've got a little Donnybrook brewing here with Radke. Standing up for the teammate as Jace Lemon went down hard, and Astel's going to end up in the sin bin. Devin Blada, Eric Steele come together. This is a 5-minute major here, Matt. This will change the dynamic of the final 6:22 in a gigantic way.
Well, if we're going to do anything, the power play's got to be better than what it has been, because we've really been. It's been a tough. It's been a real struggle for Minot. I don't know any other way to sugarcoat that. You've got to get a lot of shots. You're going to have 5 minutes. You're going to have 5 minutes to score as many as you can. So let's not be satisfied with one. Let's say now is the time to erupt and break out of the slump that our power play has been on.
Astel was just given the gate. He just left down the tunnel. Troy Olsen now having a conversation here with Eric Steele and Devin Blada. If you're Ole right now, what do you think his conversation is over there with the two head officials here?
Well, probably the timing of it. You know, late in the game. I mean, I didn't catch the whole part of it there. Was it kind of a rough one back there? Yeah. Then they probably have to. I mean, we've been on the other end of plenty of those. Just that now you're in late in the game, and this could be the game changer, like you're saying. It's going to be a big one.
5-minute major power play for the Minot High Magicians. Here with 6:22 left in regulation. They trail by a pair. Minot High's power plays 0 for 2 in the hockey game. Here's their opportunity now. Talk about the golden gift as Astel was sent off on a 5-minute major.
You see how important those faceoffs are. We're not doing very well on faceoffs tonight. I don't care if you have 5-minute penalty or not. You got to win some faceoffs.
Astel given the game DQ and the 5-minute major. Magi set it up now with Morelli. Back at the point, Radke's got it here. Radke fired, nice defense there. On top of him was Freiling. Comes back away down to Strand, worked it back up. Radke's got it again. Radke to Panasuk. Across the middle, bouncing puck, wrangled down by Morelli. Morelli's got it here, sent it back over. Panasuk walks out, Morelli backdoor, fires, he shoots and scores.
Nice pass by Panasuk there, and that's what you need. Move the puck around, spread the penalty killers out. You still got 4+ minutes to go. Don't be happy with one, because we haven't done anything yet. We're still in a pinch, other than being on the power play, and that's not the time to get loose just because we scored one.
Mackley and Morelli went to the top shelf, and Morelli's got number 11, point number 21 on the year. And there's a timeout on the ice surface. Troy Olsen and the Century Patriots will call the timeout after Mac Morelli just put it in. Let's listen to Duffy Novak.
Power play goal at 11:24, period number 3, number 21, Mackley Morelli. Goal number 11, and number 13, Jackson Radke.
Panasuk and Radke were in on the goal for the Magi. And it just got a little more interesting, Matt. 4-3, Century on top. If you're Troy Olsen right now, what do you think his conversation is here with his Patriots?
I think you just tell him, calm down. We've got to kill it off. Just take it a minute at a time. If the puck tell your goaltender anything near you, just freeze it. You'll most likely get guys a rest or get somebody, other penalty killers out there, but you don't have to be fancy. If you're Century, they've done a good job tonight of just clearing the zone and just shipping it out to the neutral zone or down inside Minot zone without being an icing call. So they've got to kill it off. They get in those shooting lanes, blocking shots. You're gonna probably have to, sacrifice your body. It's no fun blocking shots, but not a lot of guys like to do it. It's just you kind of have to have some grit, a little bit of toughness out there.
Well, you see Mackley Morelli having a conversation with Devin Blada saying, let's go here. Young man for the Magi, the junior leading point getter, knows what kind of momentum the Magi just gathered with the power play goal. Here they come again. Brubakken strips it there from Radke.
Come on, you guys, tighten up. Let's go. You're a little too loose out there for being on a power play.
Here's Morelli up to center ice with it. He'll carry it. Mackley Morelli's got it, trying to shuffle it across to Strand. Nice defensive job there. Is getting a stick in the way of that one was Hayden Ritter. And the faceoff will come back in Century's end as the puck went up into the protective mesh with 5:11 to play in the third.
You talk about faceoffs. We've said it all year. You've got to start winning. I mean, we've got to win. You got to be more than 50%. It's on the power play. You're on a 5-minute major. You got to have these faceoffs. I don't care what you do, but you got to win it.
Century wins that one. Charlie Vig's got it here, and Vig with the forehand tried to clear it. He did. Morelli's got it up at center ice. He'll carry back in. Here's Mac Morelli, spins off, didn't have an outlet. Now he does with Radke at the point. Radke back to Morelli. He's going to send it down low. Comes out in front. Stop is made. Hoyt Jubel held it at the line. Radke's got it. Sends it back over Panasuk. Now Morelli again. Bouncing puck is taken all the way up to the near line. Morelli's going to take it down to the corner. Back to Strand. 3:15 on the 5-minute major power play as Panasuk got it to the point for Radke. Radke's going to exchange spots with Panasuk. Fired a shot that missed. Comes away down to Morelli, trying to send it down into the zone. Then Charlie Vig sends it out to center. Panasuk's going to hurry with it. He's going to have to hurry now as he gets it away to the near side. Morelli back over. Panasuk carries down. Panasuk got it away to Holland. Here's Ben Holland with the puck. Down to Strand in the corner. Morelli calls for it up top. Got it back away down to Radke. Down to Panasuk. Panasuk walking. On angle shot. Shoulder stop there from Hoyt Jubel. Puck comes back away at the line. Morelli's got it again. Goes back to Panasuk. He'll fire, save, rebound. Loose in front. The scrum continues on. It's a man scramble out in front of the net, and now some extra after as Minot High like a bunch of lumberjacks chopping at Hoyt Jubel, trying to tie this hockey game as the puck ended up over the goal line.
Tough call. I mean, you got to get shots, but you've also got to, I mean, you've got to be down low. Don't let them get a good look at them. I mean, everybody's got to, you see a shot, you got to go to the net. It's going to be, we need a greasy one. Just anything will work, but you've still got 2.5 minutes. I would say get these guys 45 seconds and then get your top unit back out there and take your chances.
Puck sent up into the seats. Look out. Souvenir will find a fan here with 3:51.
Even calling a timeout. You at least can get your guys rested, but then you also let Century rest up too. So but you see the importance of these face-offs. They're going to use their guys they're double shifting their guys too, and that's what you have to do. Roll the dice.
If you haven't already done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Like and follow us on all social media platforms as well. PSP Network. Here to promote local athletes. Ben Holland's out with it. Up to Rutlick at the point. Now over to Aiden Deal. Got it back away now to Holland. Fires, pad save, rebound comes underneath the net. 3:18 ticks away. The Magi need one to tie it. Here's Deal from the line. That one got through. Stop was made from Hoyt Jubel. Back over on the far side, taken by the Patriots. They're going to clear this one all the way down to the other end of the ice surface. Do you think about pulling Blaise Ostrom at some point here?
Maybe, but I mean, you've got a minute and a half. I'd say just get some shots.
Puck's taken away. Brubakken stripped it. Brubakken. Good kill for him. Now the Magi have it with Deal, and Deal's going to start the motor to center. Brubakken stole it again. Now Strand's got it into the zone. He comes. Strand will carry it down underneath the net. Hits the brakes. Morelli calls for it. Came back away now to Carter Coleman. Morelli on the near wall. Morelli back up top. Radke. Radke to Morelli. He can fire it down in deep. Comes to Strand. Morelli one-timer. Fire save. Rebound turned aside. Puck is going to be fired on out of there. Great clear all the way to the other end of the ice from Ty Bacchus. Make that Hayden Ritter, 12-22. The Magi have possession. 50 seconds of the major power play remains as Strand sends up shop. Got it back to Morelli up top. Oh, he sent it to Radke and it escaped the zone. Now Radke's going to cough it up. Ronis ridden away by Radke, comes to Morelli, and the Magi have possession up into the center ice territory. Here's Morelli, coast to coast, trying to fire, got it back. Mackley Morelli's got it here on the near wing. Back up top to Radke. Sent it back over to Panasuk. Now Morelli, he's got a lane. He'll walk and fire, sent it wide. Puck comes all the way back up to center. Radke's going to get a handle on it. Then Radke sent it all the way back into his own end.
Take your time.
Minot High's Blaze Ostrom waiting at the top of the paint. We'll keep an eye on whether or not the Minot High goalie goes off for the extra attacker. Full strength of the Patriots. There goes Blaze Ostrom. He's off. Magi have it underneath the net here with Bentz. Finley Bentz underneath, comes back away to Holland. Scrubbing forward here, Patriots trying to make it 2 for 2 on the season against the Magi. As Fig sends it all the way down, there's the 1-minute call. Radke's got it here.
Needed a timeout.
Comes back away now to Panasuk at center, spun into the zone here by the Patriots. Down it comes from Bryson Hanson. Magi have it now up to center ice as it's worked back across here with Finley Bentz. Up to Panasuk, taken and spun back away. Minot High trying to hold it, empty net at the other end of the ice. Here's Morelli with it. Odd angle shot fired, hit traffic. Bentz trying to hold the zone. Sent out to center, excellent play there from Dawson Lentz. Time wears thin. 22 seconds to play in regulation. Charlie Vig's got it. Vig back in behind his own net. Hounded by the Magi, taken on the far wall. Patriots trying to clear. Held in here, now Vig trying to clear it back out. Down to 8 seconds, Minot High needs to hurry, comes back away now. Puck's taken away, Patriots are gonna walk away from the Pepsi ring with a win and a Brubachen shot that sailed just wide. And Century takes down the Magi. They get 2 straight against the Magicians. And they celebrate, rightfully so, here tonight at the Pepsi ring. What a contest that was. Century sweeps Minot High in regular season play, and the Magi fall short on their home ice 4-3 on the BNC National Bank scoreboard. Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show comes up next.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold on. Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of Finrun Civic. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shots Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shots Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shots Crossroads.
Well, that was an entertaining affair tonight at the Pepsi Rink. Big thanks once again to James Knutson for volunteering his time here at Pepsi Rink, helping us get the scoring each and every night. I want to get that thank you in so he could hear me. Comes up with those score sheets in between periods and after the game, but not often do I get the chance to actually shake his hand and say thank you. So again, big thanks to James Knutson. It's our Planning Team Financial Shots Crossroads postgame show. Planning Team Financial, whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, it's Planning Team Financial Advisors. Find them online, planningteam.com. Shots Crossroads, home to the famous number 99. Team buses are always welcome at Shots Crossroads. Order online. They'll have it ready for you when you pick it up at Shots Crossroads. Try that banana cream pie. I'm telling you, you won't be disappointed at Shots Crossroads. Nick Hulberg, Matt Morelli, the former University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux, former Minot High standout. Well, you win some, you lose some. Tonight, the Magi found themselves on the wrong end of a 4-3 contest, but man, you really have to credit the Century Patriots with the effort they put in here and the guns that they had. Troy Olson's got that hockey team pointed in the right direction. Win number 7 on the year for Century, and they did it with a gutsy fashion here tonight.
You got to give them credit. It seemed like Century they knew how to just weather the storm. They were just kind of seemed like they were a little more comfortable than Minot. I'm not saying they dominated Minot, but it was stretches where Century was just better at moving the puck out of their zone. They faced pressure and they would just chip it out good enough where it wasn't an icing, and then gave it took the pressure off their own zone, gave their goalie a little bit of a breather. And Minot seemed like we fought the puck a lot tonight. There was sloppy play, and you're making turnovers in your own zone. We've said that a lot, and you hate to be repetitive, but you're just being honest. I'm sorry if people don't like the honesty. I don't know what game you're watching. You're not watching some of the play, and Minot had the same thing. We had good stretches, but it seems like we'd get the momentum, and then we just couldn't finish it. We couldn't bury it. And that 5-minute major at late in the game, he had one with the first 45 seconds. He thought, well, okay, that's great. We can get out of this. If we can pop another one, you think another 4 minutes, you get one more, you tie it. But it's just, give Bismarck credit. They blocked shots. They took away the lanes. I think there's times where Minot just got a little loose on the power play, fumbling the puck at the blue line, and you can't do that. You're not going to win many games, especially against these guys. They're too good. You might take some of the teams at the bottom of the West and get away with some of those bad habits, but you just can't. And we've talked about it. guys, it's time to step up and stop making some of those mistakes. You just can't do it. And sometimes you might have to set a hard example. You might have to sit a guy for a shift or two just to say, listen, you got to play better. I mean, most of the mistakes can be fixed, but if a guy is making the same mistake over and over, there's an issue there, whether it's either the guy doesn't want to listen, or he's just maybe doesn't have the right skill, or maybe just the coaches, maybe they're not getting through the way they want on what needs to be done, because Century, they're always, we said it would come down to the wire. It pretty much did. We had some chance. We had a couple pipes, but they had some chances too, and both goalies were pretty good. I think, to give Hubel credit, he came up big in that late major.
Yeah, he certainly did. He was busy tonight. Action-packed for him. 30 shots against. He stopped 27. Blaze Ostrom saw 22 shots on goal. The Patriots scored 4. Here's a look at the game reset, brought to you by our friends at Ryan Family Dealerships. Locations across western North Dakota. DriveRyan.com. Browse their massive inventory online at DriveRyan.com. See one of those chances for the Magi early on in this contest here tonight. Let's try this one more time here for you folks. There we go. Century struck for first blood here tonight. Well, that was after Blaze Ostrom made some saves of his own. I thought both goalies played well. In this highlight package, you're going to see a couple goofy tallies that end up in the net. There's one of them, the first of the game from Andrew Brubach. And that was at 8:13 of the first. That made it 1-0 Century. Tegan Strand got the Magi on the board at 12:51. That was after another big save from Blaze Ostrom on Charlie Big. Tegan Strand's goal was scored at 12:51, assisted by Aiden Deal. He also had help from Easton Panasuk. That brought the hockey game to score 1-1. There you see that tally right there. I believe that might have been Panasuk's goal. They had the official credit for Tegan Strand. Nevertheless, 1-1, and then back-to-back tallies coming for the Patriots. First one at 14:41, Ben Leduc. I don't know if that puck could have came to a worse spot if you're a magician, especially for Blaze Ostrom. He did what he was supposed to do, came right to Ben Leduc. He fired it home. Ty Bacchus had the assist. Then Andrew Brubach could set up Dawson Lentz at 15:58 of the opening period. You'll see that highlight next here on the Ryan Family Dealerships replay. Look at this play. Whoop. Brubach in the 2-on-1 transition got it over to Lentz, and Lentz didn't make any doubts about that one. He tucked it home. Into the second period we'd go, and the Magi found themselves late in the second, getting a goal from Tegan Strand. Mackley Morelli had the assist on the play. That brought it to 3-2 to start the third. In the third period, Aiden Johnson and Gavin Freindling get on the board. After some rough play in that third period, prison rules were out in full effect, if you will. Aiden Johnson got the goal. That was after a big Blaze Ostrom stop. You see another save from the Minot High netminder. Another goofy one out in front of the cage. Do apologize, we don't have the rest of those highlights for you, but it was Aiden Johnson at 3:52. Then a power play tally for the Magi as they got onto the board with Mackley Morelli's 21st point of the year. Easton Panasuk and Jackson Radke had the assists on the goal. Rest of the numbers in this one, final shots on goal, 30-22. Minot High favored that category. 26 saves tonight for the netminder Hoyt Hubel. 19 saves tonight for Blaze Ostrom. Magicians dropped 4-3. The numbers on paper look like this, brought to you by Ryan Family Dealerships. 4-3 the final. One power play goal on 3 attempts. One of them was a 5-minute major for the Magi. Century wasn't awarded a power play in this game. That's a bright spot for the Magi here tonight. But Century's penalty kill, I thought, certainly deserving of our player of the game. Their penalty kill shut down one of the highest potent offenses in the state tonight. Credit Troy Olson's team for that.
For sure. I mean, you kill off that major late in the game. I mean, you gave up one, but when it counted, you didn't give up any more. And it's just, yeah, you're right. Bright spot for Minot, not staying out of the box pretty good, but I think Minot, we had too many just mental mistakes that just kind of cost us. I still think were letting their speedy forwards on no matter who we're playing get behind you. It happened a lot against Devil's Lake. It happened 2 times against these guys down there and here. And you just can't do that. You're a defenseman. That's what you learn. You learn, don't let anybody get behind you. If anything, just go stand right by them. You just pull out. You pull back, and you keep them in front of you so you're not getting any, letting get an outnumbered rush on you, outnumbered chance. And I just think Minot's got to get back to basics in their own zone. Defensive hockey is going to win games, but you can't keep relying on your goalie and just saying, lucky breaks. Well, they might have missed the net, or the goalie, or didn't get a good chance, because the good teams have too many talented players. I mean, we talk about late in the year, teams are going to use their big guns, and they're going to use them often. And I think Minot probably will start to do that too. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, if you're a player on the 3rd, 4th line and you're in a tight game, I'm sorry, that's just the way it is. It's at every level, especially the higher levels. You go with your top guys. You just, percentages are somebody's going to bring scoring chances or score. And sometimes when you're tired, you just have to take a chance. You have to go, even if you're tired. You're at the late in the game. You got to gamble. You got to do what you got to do. And some people don't agree with that, but I'm sorry, it's like that at every level. And I don't care what sport it is. You're going by who has the best chance to pop one and tie it up or get you back within the game. And you can say what you want, but every coach has to get to a point in the game where you say, we have to roll the dice, and you're hoping that some of them pay off. Sometimes they don't, but sometimes you do. You get a lucky break, and we just unfortunately Minot didn't get that big one at the end.
Play the probability game and the numbers. Speaking of the numbers, the WDA standings look like this now. Century moves in front of Minot. They swept the Magi on the season. Century improving to 5-1. Minot High dropping to 5-2 overall on the year. 18 points for the Patriots. Legacy was in action tonight, taking on Jamestown on their home ice. We don't have an update of that game as of right now. Legacy gets a win there. They'll remain in the top spot inside of the West region. Next up for the Magi, they travel to Fargo Davies to take on the Fargo Davies Eagles coming up over the weekend. We will not have coverage of that showdown for you on the PSP network. Next up for the Patriots, Bismarck on the 9th. That will be a big one coming up. Looking at NorthDakotaHighSchoolHockey.com right now. No update yet from Jamestown and that Legacy matchup here this evening. A few more orders of business, starting with our MVP of tonight's game. The MVP of the game brought to you by Sport Clips, where you can get the MVP haircut experience. Sport Clips, home to the MVP haircut experience. Sign in online with a hairstylist today. It's quick, it's convenient, and they do a fantastic job at Sport Clips. I like the game of Andrew Brubakken here tonight. Brubakken, 13 points coming in. He's going to leave with 15. He had a goal and an assist in the hockey game, but I thought his two-way game tonight really is what most impressed me, Matt. He blocked shots. He was on the penalty kill. I thought his two-way game was certainly impressive. That was good enough for my nomination of tonight's MVP for Andrew Brubakken.
Well, I mean, Century, they've got those top 2 lines, and there's some experienced players. I mean, they've been around. They know they don't mind the pressure, and they just you lean on your veterans to make a difference. And I don't care what coach. That's why those guys are out there, especially late in the game, end of a period, late in the game when it's tight. Like you said, killing off a 5-minute penalty. You're going to have to do things in the game that aren't really glamorous. And people, the blocking shots and it's all the plays that are behind the scenes that make a difference in hockey. Most average hockey fans don't get half that stuff. And sorry, there's a lot of little things that need to be done right. But if 1 or 2 guys on the ice are missing out on those things, it's going to usually lead to problems. And there's just Minot's had good things, but we've also got a lot of things that this time of the year we just need to be a little bit better. And it's sometimes you have to take. You take a loss, and it's going to be a learning experience. It's going to hurt. It's going to be painful. It's a stinger when you're losing to Bismarck, especially when they beat us both times. but hopefully we see him again in the West Region tournament. It's a good chance of it, and you make it count. And that's the only way you look at it. There's no reason to hang your heads. It doesn't feel very good right now, but going as the season moves on, we've got some tough games coming up. But if you play these guys again, then you remember thinking, okay, they beat us 2 times. We owe these guys, and you have to just, how can you get better? If you don't go to practice and want to get better every day, what's the point? You need to go out there and say, I need to be a better defensive player. Maybe I need to block more shots. I mean, work on your, go out there and work on something, because every guy needs to look in the mirror and say, how can I help the team win games?
Well, I guarantee if they played the region tournament, there'd be somebody staying at home on defense. I'd have to think Century had some opportunities tonight. Credit them with what they were able to do. Brings us to our Jobbers Moving and Storage Move of the Game. Jobbers brings you the move of the game tonight, whether you're moving across town or across the country. Jobbers can help you with your moving and storage needs. Locations in Minot, Bismarck, Fargo, and Aberdeen. It's jobberswarehouse.com. Example A of that right here. Watch Brubacher as he's going to pick the puck up in his own defensive zone. Makes a fancy little move here. Brock Madsen's a great defenseman, too, for the Magi. One of those top-end D-men. Brubacher got around him. He carried down, shifted it over to Lentz, and Lentz made the Magi pay on the 2-on-1. Right through the 5-hole. There's your move of the game, brought to you by Jobbers Moving and Storage. Big thanks again to Jobbers. Find them online, jobberswarehouse.com. Matt, your closing thoughts on this one here tonight. Century wins 4-3, sweeps the Magi in the regular season.
Well, I mean, for Minot, you got a couple days to think about it. You get back to work this week. You got a tough Fargo Davies team. Any Fargo team is tough. The Eastern teams are it's a different style. The mentality is completely what we're not used to here, and they're going to be tough. They can have a down year in their mind, but from what we got to come and go and play them, and Minot didn't do so well against them the last couple of years. We've got time to get tough, and it doesn't matter, like we've said, you can't make excuses. Who's in the lineup? Who's out of the lineup? Guys banged up. I get it. I mean, everybody plays with injuries. You just have to dig deep, and you have to find ways to battle and whatever you need to do to win. Some nights you're on the score sheet, some nights you're not. But can you do the hard things? Go to the areas and take a beating. And some kids are built for it and some aren't. But Minot's going to have to be a lot better come Saturday afternoon.
A lot of fun working with your partner as always.
For sure.
Tonight we saluted and played for Brady Sampson. Played for a cause tonight. Muscular dystrophy here at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. The Magi donned special uniforms. They took on the Century Patriots for the 153rd all-time matchup between the two clubs. It was Century that comes out with win number 45 in the all-time series. 4-3 is the final. Big thank you again to all those sponsors that make these games possible. Frankly, without them, we just wouldn't be here. Giant thank you as well to camera operators tonight. Owen Patterson, job well done, my friend. Nice job tonight to Eric Woodbeck. Sorry, Andrew Woodbeck. I always get those two confused. I probably shouldn't, but Little Woody, we like to call him. Special thanks to Andrew Woodbeck. Larry Johnson was here helping out tonight. We appreciate all you do for us as well. Most importantly, thank you to the military men and women. Your service and sacrifice. All those veterans out there and active service men and women, wherever you may be watching tonight. We thank you so much. God bless you all. God bless our veterans. God bless America. Final time here tonight at the Pepsi Rink at Mesa Arena. Century takes down Minot 4-3 in WDA Hockey. We're back on the air with high school wrestling and high school hoops on Thursday. Until then, please have a great week. Have a good night, and God bless.
This presentation on the PSP Network is proudly brought to you by PSP Network. It's game day.
Great news! If you're looking for a new vehicle, Ryan Family Dealerships has the best selection we've had in years. You'll find fantastic offers from Nissan, Honda, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Cadillac, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Hold up! Ryan sells Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram?
Yes, we do, and we'd love to sell one to you. Visit one of our 5 convenient locations in Minot and Williston. Get your next vehicle from a name you know and trust. Ryan Family Dealerships.
Are you moving your business or your home across the town or across the country? We know it can be stressful. To ensure your possessions arrive on time, intact, and on budget, make your move with Jobbers Moving and Storage. Jobbers can help you with every aspect of your move. With our efficient step-by-step approach to move management, we can tailor a plan to suit your needs and schedule. With locations in Bismarck, Fargo, Minot, and Aberdeen, Jobbers Moving and Storage is your choice. Visit jobberswarehouse.com. It's Jobbers Moving and Storage. Whether you're looking for a full-service financial plan or planning for farm or business succession, Planning Team Financial Advisors is here to help you work toward achieving your financial goals. With locations in Bismarck, Garrison, and Center, our full-service team of professionals are dedicated to helping you work towards achieving your financial goals. Visit us online, planningteam.com.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member of FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC and Planning Team Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
How would you like to turn this into this? With Shot's Crossroads Fuel to Food Reward Program, you can. Here's how it works. Pick up a fuel tracker card from any of our C-store cashiers. Every time you fill up with gasoline or diesel, use the fuel tracker card to record your gallons. Once you reach 1,000 gallons, you'll be eligible for a $10 gift card to Shot's Crossroads Restaurant. Start earning your rewards today at Shot's Crossroads.